Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I am RC Robbin. This is Shenanigans ttRPG, and we play Dungeons and Dragons. Welcome. You're watching us on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. It really means a lot to us. We appreciate the fact that you're here. Before I jump right into the game, because no one wants to hear nonsense, they want, let's get to the game. I'm going to let the players very briefly introduce themselves and let you know like what kind of a character they're playing for tonight. It's an ongoing adventure. I believe we are in episode 14. Who's going first? Is it Jacob playing Pia?
I will.
Go for it.
So my name's Jacob. I play Pia, the blue navy blue tiefling warlock. My patron's name is Baylor, and he is basically my god, and I have no idea what he has in store for me. So hopefully we can all find out.
And I am
right?
what?
I can hear it through your mic.
Yeah, it is actually. Just be careful. Keep the microphone as close as you can to your mouth so that you guys don't. They both happen to be in the same room together tonight. So let's be careful that your mics don't cross each other. But in any event, it doesn't sound so bad. So now we were introduced to Pia. Number 2 is Theoden. Go for it, Theoden.
Theoden the dwarf, pure cleric, very big, bushy, dirty beard, and big old belly, probably from all the brew. Marks on his face, craters, you know, the whole shebang.
Bugs in his beard.
Oh, can't forget the dandruff either.
Who's next?
That would be me, Brendan. I am playing Sirach, the level 9 ranger, level 2 warlock. After falling in battle once, I was brought back by Baylor, Pia's patron, and I have gained some warlock abilities. Yeah.
And last but not least.
Yeah, my name's Baka. I am not a warlock of any kind, thank God.
Should be.
Yet.
Yeah, we'll see.
And level 7 rogue, level 4 fighter,
young.
and I am the troublemaker of the group. And I cause a lot of mischief, and I like to steal, including from my teammates from time to time.
No.
More reason he's going to become a warlock.
It's only a matter of time, according to. Back. It's only a matter of time, according to the warlock crew.
We almost got one the other day.
Yeah. It was a hairy situation. So where we left off is
a cleric warlock.
Oh yeah. Boy, that would have been interesting.
Baylor would have a blast with that.
Baylor and Elune would battle it out in the heavens, basically.
Oh, that would be cool.
That would be a great side story.
This is true. So where did we leave off? Let's just say there are many side plots in this adventure. This is episode 14 on the stream, but this is an ongoing campaign that's been going on since before COVID. We've been together for at least 35 or 40 sessions at this point. It'd be impossible for me to backtrack and tell you all of these side missions. But needless to say, there are 6 Dwarven Rune Caves. They've investigated 3 out of the 6. I can't even remember what the original reason was that they went into the first one. I doubt that the players can either. But the reality is that now there is an overarching theme in regards to an event that happened 257 years ago in the realm between a platinum dragon and the 6 dwarven lords that more and more is uncovered for each dwarven cave that they enter. Having said that, the group was traveling to a friend's house in the desert, the Forain Desert, when they were besieged by many giant scorpions. It all looked lost for the cleric of the party, Theoden, but suddenly a masked man, someone dressed all in garlic from head to toe. Apparently garlic is foul to these creatures. And scared the giant scorpions away, only to reveal that it was he, their friend, who they were seeking out in the desert, only a half day's travel from his ranch in the desert. Chowder, the albino goblin who was once a member of the Zentarum militia. They were traveling. Yes, go for it.
Did he have his frog with him?
He did not have Tarry the frog with him. I assume that he left him back at his home while he went Well, in your travels with you discovered in your travels heading back to his ranch in the half a day that it took that one, he was leaving for a market in order to stock up his supplies. That's not marked on your map, which is only a half a day's travel from his ranch, and just coincidentally came upon you and realized the trouble that you were in. So now he's personally leading you back to his home. He's excited to see you. He's happy to see you. And let's just say, for argument's sake, you rest up. You can take a short rest if necessary in his house while he prepares dinner for all of you. So short rest entails if you, let's say for argument's sake, you have everyone is level 11. If you've got 11 hit dice, you can choose 11 up to 11 rolls of the die to replenish hit points if you need to. So, but otherwise, whatever hit points you were and spell slots you were last session, they carry over into this session. The dinner that you guys sit down to, it like the last one that you had with him many weeks ago, is lavish. It's like 3 courses, starting with salads, fresh salad with a vinaigrette as the first course. Second course is
nice.
is kind of almost like a buffet style pig cut up with potatoes, roasted. Finishing it off with washing it down with ale and also wine, and then honey drizzled over fresh fruit to wind out the meal. And when the meal is done and you guys feel absolutely blobbed to the point where you have to unbuckle a belt, Chowder with Tarry, his frog sitting on his shoulder, Robert, Chowder goes, well, it's good to see you guys. I'm so glad that you joined me in the desert. It's very lonely out here. I very rarely get visitors. By all means, tell me what brings you to my doorstep. I would love to hear what your most recent tales have been. It's very boring out here.
Yeah, it hasn't been boring for us, Chowder, let me tell you. He had an idea. He was don't look at me like that, PR. You suggested to come down here.
Yes,
So-
it was your master plan. Tell him.
Very well. So, Mr. Chowder, you look great, by the way. Thank
Well,
you for saving
thank
us.
you. I
Yes.
appreciate it. You don't
We-
look so bad yourself.
Oh,
you know,
thank you. Thank
I
you.
see you
yeah.
got
You
like
don't
a.
have to lie to him.
I see you got like a purple color scheme going on here with that blue skin of yours. It's very, very becoming.
No, thank you. Thank you. Well, I
Did Terry get
appreciate-
bigger?
I'm sorry.
Terry looks like he got bigger.
Oh, well, I'm feeding him. He eats me out of house and home. He looks like he's a frog, but actually he's a Tarask. Actually, he's going to grow up very big and strong, and he's
Yeah,
going to
he
take
will.
over the whole realm. You trust me, I tell you. Isn't that right, Terry? Robert.
Can I use speak with small beast to talk to
Yeah,
Terry?
absolutely can. So you speak with small beasts, and let's assume that Pia and Chowder, the goblin, are having a conversation with each other, and you very on the sly cast that spell and start talking for a couple of exchanges with with Terry. So what do you ask him?
Hey, Terry. Chowder says you're a Tarask. Is that true?
Ribbit, I'm not a Tarask. I'm a frog. Ribbit,
Oh, that's disappointing.
ribbit.
I was about to steal you and give you a better life, one of combat and blood. But-
Sounds like fun, ribbit.
No, I mean, if you're just a frog, I don't want to subject you to that kind of life.
Please get me away from this guy, ribbit.
Oh.
It's boring in the desert, ribbit.
Is there any do you know of any treasure around here,
Bored.
Terry?
The only treasure around here is buried with this guy's dead wife, ribbit.
You know,
Out by the tree.
you don't have your wife here. It's just you and your.
Let's figure that it kicks back to the conversation,
Yeah.
obviously at the table. Go for it, Aiden.
Oh, you don't have your wife here.
Yeah.
Well, you do, but not her presence.
Yeah, well, I kind of feel like she's always with me, I understand what you're trying to say, though, and I appreciate your condolences.
Right. What I'm trying to get at here is maybe you could you and your Terry would like to join us on our journey.
Well, that's very kind of you. I gotta be completely honest with you. I'm retired from my adventuring days. I was a member of the army. I was an enlisted man. I'm a little bit past. I know I carry it well. But I'm not exactly young of the tooth, if you know what I'm saying. I'm not sure if I could, represent myself well on the combat field. But it is a very tempting offer. I'm not sure who's going to take care of all these chickens and pigs. This ranch isn't going to take care of itself. But something to discuss. I'm just curious. It's something that I noticed. Well, let you know. Let me see something. Hold on a second.
Harry could take care of the chickens.
And when they mentioned that, the mention of Harry, all of a sudden, the fifth member of this group, who basically was sitting quietly with his head in a book, he's basically a dwarf on the thin side who only wears leather armor. He has blonde hair and no beard. Kind of looks a little bit like Peter Dinklage from Game of Thrones in the first season before he grows the beard. Looks up from his journal and goes, "Me? I don't know anything about farming or agriculture. I don't know. I don't even know how to milk a cow.
Maybe you could read a book on it.
You can.
But I'm the nephew of royalty. They never made me do anything. The milk was always brought to me. I don't know how to actually milk it myself."
It builds muscles.
Aiden, please don't tell me you're gonna make me stay here. Don't do that.
Relax, Harry. I'm just playing with you.
Oh, I thought you guys were serious. No, I mean, Mr. Chowder, don't get me wrong. I think this is a beautiful place to live. Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Harry. They're just joshing with you. You gotta learn how to take these things in stride.
You haven't learned by now, Harry.
I thought for a moment you guys were gonna bail on me and make me stay here.
Not yet.
And
kidding, Harry. I'm kidding.
And he basically just shoves his head back down in the book and continues writing. And you're not sure whether or not he doesn't know what he believes. But
Can I stealth behind Harry to see what he's writing?
Absolutely. So make a stealth check.
Natural 20.
Yeah, sure it is. But you know what? I'll give it to you. Natural 20. No, I believe you. All right. You miraculously at the most opportune times you hit the natural 20s.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to waste a natural 20 in this shit. I'd rather use it in combat or something.
Roll.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so just give me any excuse why everyone is sitting at a table with food in front of them. What would be the reason why you would, you can't just magically stand behind them. What's the excuse that you give to get up from the table? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, I gotta pee.
Easy enough. You get up, you go to the bathroom, and you walk behind Harry, and you catch glimpses of his flowery prose. And you can't stand behind.
Poem to bucket.
Not exactly, although
God, I hope not.
that was actually the last page before he turned it over. If he had been there 10 seconds sooner, he would have noticed that was the previous page. But the next page has got very little on it, but it basically it sounds like a scathing critique of Serac. Basically, how if not for Harry, Serac and the rest of them wouldn't have made it to see the light of day from the Scorpion battle.
All right, I'm gonna use the bathroom.
But Serac does not know that yet.
No.
Yeah.
This is also funny because I was not injured in that battle.
Me neither. only Theoden. I'm gonna use the bathroom and then use the message spell with the earring to tell them what's there Harry's writing.
Oh, okay. So what do you say to him in the bathroom with the message spell? You don't even need the message spell. You have the earrings, which Harry does not have, so you can whisper into the earring.
Guys, I was walking by, I saw what Harry was writing, and lo and behold, he was full of shit again. He was writing this very detailed battle report, basically, of how he saved Serac from the Scorpion's clutches. So, go at it. I'm gonna take up this now.
So again, you guys haven't really told me what it is you guys. Robert, you love being here with Chowder, don't you? Don't you? You love it here, don't you, my Terry? So what brings you guys here into the desert? By the way, that has not gone over my head, Dad, and I think that there was a very Very honorable and nice suggestion.
Yeah, keep it in mind, my friend.
It's
Keep
something
it
to
in mind.
consider. We got more drinking to do before the night is over. Maybe I'll
The
sleep
more
on
the
it.
merrier. Well,
I'll sleep on it.
Yeah, I'll cheers to that.
Yes. So what brings you guys back to the desert? Nobody comes here basically willingly.
Well, we came here fleeing from the Harpers, pretty much. Do you know anything about them?
Well, I mean, I don't have any specific dirt on the Harpers. I know that you know, the Harpers was part of the larger group of factions that basically revolted against the former king, King Arlick, now it's 2.5 years ago. Now the time flies, and you know, it basically they were the ones that you know. They killed the best king that this realm had, in my opinion. You know, we had we had law and order, and people felt safe, and you could travel on the open road, and you know, it wasn't a guarantee that you were going to live. Let's be honest. But every so often there were patrols that would keep you safe. And now, since the king has been killed 2.5 years ago, and there's this, what shall we say, political vacuum where nobody knows who's running anything. You never know what happens out on the open road. You never know what a coin of gold is worth from one city to the next. You never know. You never know if you're going to see the light of day. You know, so do I have anything negative to say about the Hoppers particularly? Not really. But
so they all suck.
Yeah, they all suck, in my opinion.
Aren't you a little biased though? Yeah.
I'm seeing it now because we've been to many different places, right?
Yeah.
And everywhere we've gone, we've been wrongfully accused. We've been betrayed. We've been run out.
I don't doubt it.
You know?
Except here.
Well, listen, I'm no faction. I'm just some lonely goblin.
You're part of the Terry faction though.
Well, this is a good. Yeah, he's called you a faction, Terry. He's called you a faction. Ain't you a good boy, Robert?
Wouldn't that actually be a bad thing?
What do you mean? What are you talking
Well,
about?
None of the factions seem to be good. So if we're calling Terry a faction, it's kind of an insult.
Oh, this is, you know what, half elf, you might have a point there. You know what though, but I'm not like your friend Harry. I know how to laugh things off. You know?
Understandable.
Harry looks up from his
I'm
book
gonna
like,
nudge up Harry.
Oh, no pouting, Harry. No pout.
So,
That's fine.
let's see. So you sit at the table, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut off the conversation between the goblin and the rest of you. I think you guys were talking about what was it? PR saying how the it seems like every faction city or capital city or even remote city that you visit, something seems to go, perilously wrong as far as your reputation is concerned.
Every time.
But Baca had also said something about, if I remember correctly, about me, Chowder being biased. Do you want to go back to that?
No, it's fine. I mean, I already know he was working for the Zentarum before, so.
So Chowder, what can you tell us about the Zentarum? I personally don't know too much. If you give me a little more information, it'd be nice.
Well, they're just, I could give you the pretty much the overview. It's it's one of the 5 factions, the 5 most. There are more factions than just those, but those are the most prominent ones, and they're the faction that has been aligned with the former monarchy for the longest time. They basically had the king's back when the king was in trouble. King Arlick, and when there was a big battle a couple of years ago, when I basically, just to give you guys a heads up, I had terms of a 10-year service with the Zentarum army. I had done some of my own personal adventuring before then, but I got sick and tired of the road. I wanted to have some kind of semblance of a schedule, if you will. So I said, you know what? 3 squares of money in my pocket. I don't have to, go into any like caverns or I could get to hang out in a city and, patrol. It was much easier life than the adventurer life. You guys, as you get closer to retirement, maybe you'll see the light on that one. But I digress. That's not the point of the conversation. The point of the conversation is.
But do they have good health benefits?
You would the 401k
Mm.
and the health
Yeah.
benefits and the pension. It's pretty good. How do you think I afford this ranch? Pretty good, huh?
That's true.
I
Yeah.
get
Gotta have
my
something, yeah.
pantry's full every month. I get a stipend. So anyway, towards the end of my career, I signed up for 10 years, and towards the end of those 10 years was 2.5 years ago. And it was really over the course of those 10 years, the only action that I saw working for the Zentarum as one of their soldiers. I guess the point I'm trying to make here, long-winded as it is that there's no good, there's no evil. Everybody's just got a point of view. Listen, was King Arlick a little bit of a hard ass some of the times? Sure he was, but what king wouldn't be a hard ass? I mean,
Gotta get it done. I hear you.
people are people, and sometimes they do things that make you uncomfortable. But in my humble opinion, that's the price you pay sometimes for keeping your head on your shoulders in crazy times like these. Now, I'll tell you the truth. I don't know if the day comes when the Zentarum and Prince Ryan gets their shit together. I have no idea what kind of leader Prince Ryan's going to be. And to be honest with you, I kind of feel sorry for him, because watching your own father get murdered on the battlefield in such a fraudulent way would really honestly turn my stomach and
How
be
was he murdered?
traumatic. Well, that's a bit of a tale. We talked about it the last time I was here, but I'll refresh your memory. So there was this big battle, and you had thousands of Zentarum defending the capital city, which is Enosa. Enosa is the capital city of the Zentarum, and also the seat of at that time the king, the prince, and the princess. So you got princess. Well, okay, you got King Arlick, you got Prince Ryan, and Princess Anastasia, right? She's a pretty one. That little one. She's pretty. So anyway, I digress. So now. You got thousands of soldiers on the Zentarum side, and you got thousands of soldiers from the other remaining 4 factions. I'm not going to bore you with the names of the factions. I think you know who represented. Well, anyway, the leader of the factions, her name was Bada. Bada was this big ass female half orc that had this charisma and way of rallying people. She stepped forward. King Arlick stepped forward. They met on a hill. And they said, listen, instead of making these tens of thousands of soldiers bleed out onto the field, why don't we do it a challenge of champions? We'll do one-on-one, you versus me. Whoever wins, and then everybody can go home, and people can see their families and not die on the battlefield. And they agreed to it. They agreed to it like honest soldiers. In one-on-one battle, the king won. He beat Bada, and he spared her life. He had every right to give her the old thumbs down and cut her throat, because he beat her one-on-one, but he spared her life. And then she got up and she went back, and this bitch elf spellcaster on the side of the factions against the king opened up some kind of crazy portal. And out of this portal, this spectral dragon emerged and killed everybody. Killed thousands of the Zentarum soldiers. Killed the king. Destroyed half of Enosa.
And no one knows where it came from.
Well, I mean, listen. I'm not 100% sure. I do know that the name of she was an elf, and her name was Sesra. She seemed to be a lady a little long in the tooth. I mean, she was kind of hot, for an elf, but she, her name was Sestra. I know for a fact. I think, I'm not 100% sure because the factions confuse me, but I think she was from the Emerald Enclave.
I know her.
You know her? How is that possible?
I think I know her. Or knew her. No.
She was the one that opened up or took out Durai.
Yes.
She just did that bubble and condensed it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You've seen this? You've seen this witch?
Yeah.
Well,
she was She was residing in Dorai before Dorai was no longer.
So what? So what happened? There was another example of her magic and witchcraft destroyed yet another city. Is that what happened?
Actually, what happened was Are you familiar with the Brood of Katoa?
Never heard of them.
No. Well,
What's the Brood of Katoa?
it's something in relation to.
Sounds like a bad music group.
It is, but they have like a band. You're not gonna believe this if I tell you, but they have a band that plays very weird music, and it turns people into zombies.
Oh,
And they
It's a
destroy
sight to
cities.
behold.
It is, and
wow.
it
Wow.
you know we have stopped these cities them from destroying these cities, but we couldn't stop it happening in Dorai. So then Sessra had to destroy the city, so it didn't destroy the realm. Whatever the weird corruption
Well,
was.
let me tell you. I mean, I wasn't there. I didn't see it in person, but sounds pretty convenient to me. She's got to defend the realm. So, but anyway, whatever. The point is, I don't believe in good and evil. I think good and evil are for like fairy tales. I think that people do what they need to do to survive, and there's always everybody who, if you're on one side, you think that you're on the side. You know what? I will say this. I'll say this. There's no good and evil. There is right and wrong. And what that woman did that day, they lost fair and square. They should have turned around and marched back home. But instead, they weren't satisfied with the fact that they had lost that one-on-one battle, and they turned around and they used some kind of weird magic in order to cheat, basically. In my opinion, that's how I'll always see it. I'll see that they cheated and they killed what I considered to be, was he a harsh king? Yeah, he was a little harsh sometimes, but he was a good king. And again, like I said, I don't know what kind of king the prince is going to be someday, but if he ends up on the throne, because let's be honest, again, I'm not being judgy, but I haven't seen any leaders pop up in the absence of King Alec to basically put things under control. It's been nothing but a mess ever since. That's one of the reasons why I don't want to go with you, Tayden. Because the world's a mess right now.
It is. It is. I just figured we'd get you out of this slump you seem to be in.
Hey, Chowder.
Yeah.
Is this Bada still alive? And if she is, do you know where she currently is, or where she lives?
Bada. I mean, personally, I mean, I know that she was. Well, let me put it to you this way. I have no idea 100%. I can only speculate because honestly, the news doesn't really flow, clearly out here, if you know what I mean. It's very lonely out here, and a lot can change in 2 years. But Barda, she was the leader of the Emerald Enclave. No, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. She was wearing orange. She's wearing orange and silver. What colors are orange and silver? I think that might be the Lord's Alliance.
I think so.
Well, anyway, I know that the capital city of the Lord's Alliance is a place called Eledon. Eledon.
Eledon.
He basically, Chowder pulls out a map and unscrolls it from the table. He goes into one of his bookcases nearby, gets up from the table and unfurls a map of the realm. It's similar to yours, but it has different markings on it. And there's a city called Eledon, Eledon, and he says that that's the capital city of the Lord's Alliance. And he says that he's not sure if she survived. You see, because what he describes to you is the fact that when this lady Sessra opened up this portal, a dimensional portal of some kind, and this spectral dragon flowed through and attacked the Zentarum forces, it turned around and not only attacked the Zentarum forces, but attacked their own forces and killing some of their own people. It basically just went nuts on everybody before it disappeared. So he basically tells you that there's a possibility that Barda, Barda, who's a half orc, it's possible that she died in that chaos. But if she didn't, he would assume that she's basically in Eledon somewhere, Eledon, because that's the capital city of the Lord's Alliance.
Are you 100%? You saw Sessra open the portal? It couldn't have been anyone else. Because
I'm 100% sure. Listen, I had a front row seat, But I mean, it was war, and war can be complicated and confusing. But to the best of my knowledge, that's what I saw. Have some more of the fruit with the drizzled honey. Seriously, you're letting it go to waste. You know how difficult it is to get green melon out here? Are you kidding me? By the way, Theoden, everybody's got weapons. You got no weapon. You have a shield and no weapon. I'm confused.
It slipped through my fingers.
After he lost his hand.
He's trying out to be a turtle.
Well, you know what? He sees the massive scar that you have on your right hand.
Yeah.
And he looks at it and goes, "That's a nasty scar there." I got to be completely honest with you.
I'll show it to him.
Up until the moment that he said you lost your hand, I was like, how did this guy lose his weapon? That's bizarre.
Yeah, it was.
But considering that you lost your hand and it must have been some kind of magic spell to put your hand back on, that was me. I did that. I'm the one that gave him his hand back. Anyway.
Is that what happened?
Oh, excuse me.
Is that how it happened, Harry?
It is.
That is actually how it happened.
Anyway, he
thank you, Harry, for giving us.
Well, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Harry.
Yeah, we need a meat shield.
So anyway, Chowder says, "Give me 1 second. Give me a minute." And he gets up from the table and kind of hobbles in his 3-foot frame over to the side. Remember last time you were in Chowder's house, there was a pantry that was basically under the ground. So he reaches to the ground and moves an area rug and puts his hand in and grabs a mechanism and pulls from the mechanism, lifting up like this cellar thing with stairs that can walk down. He walks down, he's gone for maybe 10 seconds. He comes back up with a chest like this. Boom, guys, claim it. Give me some room. Push the potatoes to the side. Push them to the side. And he puts the thing down. He flips up the lid on what looks like just a chest. Maybe like green with like brass. Brass whatever. Anyway, the point is when it opens up inside the chest he pulls out this warhammer that looks big for him but small for you.
Light up.
Yeah. I got to be honest with you. I think your offer to let me join you in your adventures is definitely very flattering. I think I'm a little too old for it. I'm probably just going to stay here with my wife, so to speak. But this was the warhammer that I used in battle. I used it two-handed. I see that you have a shield, so I think it might be weighted properly for you if you swung it with one hand. Here, see how it feels.
I would be honored.
He grabs it. It feels good. It's a little dusty. It's a little corroded, but it feels good. It'll do the job.
All right.
Yeah. So basically, what I need you to do is I can't tell you what it is until you get it identified.
I get it, yeah.
But
I have an identifier.
Oh, you do? Well, that's something that you could do in the future for him. In the meantime, just basically write down Chowder's Warhammer.
Okay.
Okay. CHOWDER 'S Warhammer. It does when you swing it one-handed. It does an 8-sider, and then obviously you add your strength bonus.
Hey, Theoden, I can identify that for you right now if you want. It only take about.
What do you need to identify? It's my warhammer. I don't have to confuse.
It's a hammer.
It's a hammer. You swing it, it hits things. What's the problem?
Is it magical?
I mean, listen, magical.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I like to think that I was a badass on the battlefield because the skill came from me personally. But if you want to take the credit from
I'm
me,
sure it did, my friend.
a weapon.
I'm sure it did. Bunker, we'll do it later.
Okay.
Sheesh. So is there anything else that you guys would like to discuss with but there are definitely more topics of conversation that can be had. I'm not rushing you. Like for instance, we'll put the time at like 9 p.m. He's told you in advance that you're more than welcome to spend the night. He's got pillows and blankets. You have to sleep on the floor because he doesn't have obviously bedding for you. But at least, pillows and blankets on a hardwood floor is better than sleeping out on the cold open road. So, but it's about 9 o'clock. You've got a couple of hours to kill with drink. There's plenty of wine. There's plenty of mead.
Well, I'd like to finish my manual of decks tonight, I
Oh,
guess.
you could do
Well,
that.
I had
Absolutely.
a question for Chowder.
Let's
What
just
did
say,
we
for
do in
argument's sake,
Warhammer 2?
before we go to Pia's question for Chowder, hold off on that. Baka, just are you saying that you want to excuse yourself from the table and kind of like find a corner and just focus on the book?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so that's cool. Just give me a either a performance check or a wisdom check, and let me know what kind of a roll you get.
Performance or wisdom? They're both +3.
Okay.
It's a 21.
21. With the 21, you had basically 3/4 of the book polished off. You only needed to bang out another 100 pages. So you bang out the 100 pages in the first hour, and then the next hour, you sit down quietly in the corner and you close your eyes and you meditate and focus on some of the major principles that the book had to offer. And suddenly something clicks into your subconscious and you realize there's a certain thing that I'm doing when I move in combat I'm not doing it correctly. If I applied this, I know I can be faster and more dexterous. And you have the advantage of the book of manual dexterity. It is now official. And when you look at the book again, now the book basically has the title on the outside leather-bound cover, but it's the pages are now blank. So whatever the magic contained within them are now yours. If I'm not mistaken, it gives you a +2 permanently on your dexterity
I believe
score.
it does.
Okay, so now that puts you to what, 22?
Yep.
Dexterity of 22 at level 11. Baka the rogue / fighter. Make sure that you don't cheat yourself out of some of those skill bonuses.
Yep.
Because I know that a +2 probably gives you a +1 on a lot of things. All right, so that is done. Let's assume that you're out of the conversation for right now because you're focusing on that. I'm sorry, Pia. You were talking to Chowder.
We can't hear you, buddy.
Mr. Chowder.
We got you now.
Okay.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good. So as I was saying
Are
earlier,
you enjoying your wine?
I am. I'm having a
Good,
great time,
good.
Thank you.
It's a
Yeah,
good
got
vintage.
Got a little buzz going. You know?
It's a good vintage. It's good. It's really
Already?
good vintage.
Yeah.
Player to DM, it's really a shitty wine, but that's a whole
That's
nother
fine.
story. At least he's giving it to you. It's free wine. What can you
Yeah,
ask
It's
for?
vintage. He said.
Yeah. It's not.
It's
shit.
aged well.
It's aged from like last summer. It's shit.
I'm gonna smell it. I'm gonna compliment him.
Yeah,
Waft
sometimes
it and waft it.
the reason why this wine is so good is because I actually crushed the grapes myself. These are I have
with,
a vat.
with those feet.
Yeah, and he sticks
I
his
can
foot up at
taste
the
it.
table.
That's what gives it the flavor.
And it's got he sticks now. He's an albino
Oh
goblin.
my
He has basically
God.
pale, kind of milky skin. And when he comes up, he lifts his foot up at the table. Okay, let's just say that he's never had a pedicure. Okay, and now the images of those feet crushing grapes and basically fermenting inside the wine is making the wine Pia taste that much sweeter. But anyway, what were you saying, Pia?
Well, as I was saying earlier, right? How we've basically been screwed over everywhere we've been.
Yeah.
We're nice guys. We don't want anything bad to happen to anyone or the realm or anything. And everything I'm hearing.
May I stop you for a second there, Mr. Pia? I don't mean to cut you off.
If you must.
Just real quick.
Okay.
I mean, I have no doubt that you guys are nice guys, and if I'm going to invite you into my home, I don't just invite anybody in. So I believe what you're saying, but aren't you a warlock? Would you consider yourself a nice guy, considering the fact that you're
I'm nice
warlock?
for a warlock, but
all right.
He's all right.
What does that mean? I'm just curious.
I
don't you guys like pray to demons and things?
Maybe.
Eh.
Not all
have a
demons are
couple.
bad.
I'll never tell.
I have a couple friends in other planes, but
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put you on
my
the spot
destiny
there.
with them
I got
is
friends in low
to
places.
be determined. But for
Yeah.
now, I'm a nice warlock.
All right.
For
Please,
now.
please continue, Mr. P.I. I'm sorry.
No, that's quite all right. So we were thinking of visiting a Zentarum city, possibly Enosa.
That's the capital city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we
Busy
wanted to
place.
know,
Lots
we
of
could go
shops.
there and
Lots.
just-
I'm sorry.
I'm just thinking, like, if we were to just walk in there, are we just gonna like die instantly? Like, what are we,
I mean, if you, it's honestly, it's a big city, clean streets, good shops, good place, good restaurants to eat at. I mean, don't get me wrong. You break the law, you're basically gonna get your thumbnails pulled out. That's for sure. But
Baka
you
doesn't
know,
need thumbnails.
this is true. This is true. Why would I think you should leave that guy alone? He looks like he's reading in the corner. But anyway, well, let's not distract him. I mean, I'm me personally. I haven't read a good book in a long time, so I think I'm going to ask him what he's reading after he's done. But in any case, I would assume that the prince and the princess are running things in Enosa now that that their father has passed. So I haven't when I have to admit, and he takes he takes a breath and he pauses and he takes a deep breath and he looks like he's like mentally back in a place that he didn't want to be. There's a moment of like emotional like awkwardness that you see in his face, and then he continues. He goes, "My wife was also a Zentarum soldier, and she didn't make it through that final battle. And after I was given this plot of land to cultivate, I decided that the life in the city wasn't for me. But anyway, the point is I haven't been in the city for over 2 years. I have no idea what the city is like now. That was 2 years ago, and a lot can change. My memories of Enosa are very good. That it was a very fun city, good nightlife.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, player to DM, Enosa is on your map. It's in the southernmost portion of the realm. It's about
It's
about 5 or 6 days travel from Hopewell to the south. So look all the way at the bottom of the map. You'll probably see it says Enosa, but and you have not been there yet. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Jacob.
No. Is there like, I mean, should we? I don't even know how to ask this.
Oh, yeah.
Just ask it, buddy.
Is there like a?
If we were to just
code
wander in,
or,
do you think
like-
people like us would have,
Well,
people look at us weird?
Kind
Like
of
I
like how
said-
it is in Ecosted. I'm sure you've been there.
eh.
They wouldn't let me in the inner city.
Oh, I've never been to Ecosted, but those fucking racists, man.
Serious.
Jesus.
There's
So
bad
listen,
news bears over there.
I wouldn't
Talk
go there
about being
again.
an
That's
evil warlock. I wish I could have blown that place up. Let me
well,
tell you.
listen, you shouldn't never judge a book by its cover. There are a lot of people that
They
gave me a
judged
lot
us
of
by our cover.
There's a lot of people that gave me a lot of shit for not having green skin when I was younger. But you know what? I'm a good goblin and I can hold my own. And I made good for myself. And any person that's ever met me will tell you I'm a stand-up person. So I don't believe in that kind of thing. I only judge people by the content of their character. So anyway, you want a grape? Rabbit. Take a grape. Take a shit. So he basically says to Sirach, he turns his attention to the half elf and says, like I said, I haven't been there for 2 years. So I'm not 100% sure what will greet you. But in the past, they probably would have been a checkpoint to get into the city for safety's sake. Maybe they would ask you for a donation to enter the city. Maybe they would ask you, are you aligned with the Zentarum? Look, personally, when I was guarding the gate, if somebody came up to me and gave me a gold piece and said, yay, Zentarum, I would have been like, go ahead, go inside, go to a tavern. I don't think it would be, how much different can it be? So who knows, but that's my gist of it.
Very well.
Yeah. How do you like the mead? Is the mead good?
The mead is amazing.
Delicious.
The mead.
Is this Scorpion?
This guy's got a palate. He's got a palate. This guy, that lightly tinged spicy flavor comes from the scorpions out there in the desert. That's what it is. I call it personal batch. I call it scorpion stout.
So if I drink enough of this, will I be immune to their poison?
Well, I don't know about that, buddy, but
Wow.
listen,
Drink a lot.
It was
but
worth
I'll
a
tell you-
shot.
But I'll
Try
tell
it.
you what, I think you should just keep drinking and see what happens. So, anybody else got any more questions for Chowder?
No.
No, I'm ready to go to.
We should talk about where we're gonna go next. We could either Anosa, the
I was
next
thinking
Dwarven
of
Ruin.
Nosa. Ooh,
Well, that's good.
But we
That's a
don't we
good
don't have that much
transition.
money. We could
Just
go to the Dwarven
imagine-
Ruin and grab money.
Just imagine
Assuming
that
there's money there.
Just imagine that at some point he drinks a little too much and him and his frog retire to his personal room. He throws a bunch of blankets and pillows out into the center area where you guys basically can just, cozy up on the
Can
floor.
the frog stay out here?
Sure, the frog can stay out there if you want. Terry, listen, Terry, they give you any trouble.
Come here,
just
Terry. Come here.
don't transform. Here, don't transform. He hands it to Theoden. Robert, the frog has no problem. Basically, he's basically in your hands. And every so he's basically like.
Yeah.
So by all
Put
means,
the frog near your beard so it can get the bugs.
Oh, that's good. I'll do that. I'll put him on my belly. Big belly, so he eats.
Kiss
the
it.
So
Maybe
you're-
it's a prince.
So you're leaning with your belly.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
on
leaning
it's on
back. My belly's up. Yeah, the frog's on the belly eating on my beard.
And every so often, it's almost like an absent-minded thing. Like the frog's not even paying attention. The tongue just lashes out into the beard, grabs something, slicks it back, and you've got bugs aplenty. So he's it's almost
That's
like
how
now
I do. That's how I do.
it's dessert for Terry. So anyway, you have plenty of time. You have
That's all right.
you have opportunities to discuss where you'd like to take the adventure next, because obviously you can't freeload in this guy's house for more than one day, but he has no problem with you staying there for the night. Well, I mean, you could.
No, Baka.
Okay.
You know what? We don't need to adventure anymore. Let's just stay with Chowder.
And
forever.
ladies and gentlemen,
Retire.
this is turning
Just
into
chill.
Shenanigans Chowder's house.
Shenanigans cribs. But anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we should.
We could blow out that wall. It would be great. Make it an open concept.
Definitely
I'm
still some
thinking of
garlic before we
Nosa.
leave. Well, I think we should go to the Dwarven Ruin and stock up on money before we go to
All right, so
Whoa,
where?
Whoa, hold on a second.
the Dwarven Ruins. I believe, to the left of Hona.
Yeah.
It is.
But
We're
I mean,
doing a
I'm
lot of
making the
bouncing back and
assumption
forth.
I'm making the assumption there's going to be gold there, but I mean, 3 out of 6 have had gold, so why not?
I mean, the other, no, you know what? That doesn't make any sense. Never mind.
What?
No, I was thinking we can go to Enosa and like maybe shop around and get maybe
We should get gold
Maybe.
and then shop around.
bag of holding, and then we can take.
Maybe that's a
everything.
big maybe.
That's
We
probably the
We
biggest
can't
maybe.
afford a bag of holding. There's no way.
No,
That's
I'm
not
not.
up to us either way.
no,
I don't even have. I have like barely
Look at
500 gold
Chris's
to my name.
face.
I know.
Oh.
Chris, poker face, quickly.
Listen, I wear my emotions on my sleeve. This is the best poker face I got. So
All right. Dwarven Ruin.
perpetual smirk.
Dwarven
That's all I
Ruin.
can do.
All right,
Right?
Dwarven Ruins.
Dwarven Ruin.
I
Okay.
got them eye rolls, you know.
So yeah, right. So let's see. So the Dwarven Ruin from
Big
your
time.
current position in the Forian Desert is almost directly north of you. If anything, it's kind of like in a north western direction.
Oh, shit, do we-
And based on your studying of the personal map that you have, you believe that it would take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days on horseback to make it to that Dwarven Ruin. So is there anything that you would like to, before obviously you go to sleep and then maybe wake up and and the day would be yours to decide what you want to do? Is there anything you'd like to do before going to sleep? Anything? The only person who can't do anything is Baka, because Baka was basically his head into that manual of dexterity. But I don't want to cut it short before we make it to the next day. Anything anybody wants to do, or you
I
just
have
want
to recharge my my wand.
Okay, go for it. You gotta
I-
make that roll.
I'll do it after.
All right. I rolled a 2 + 1, so I have 6 charges.
6 charges in the wand of fireballs. Excellent.
Mhm.
On the record. Anybody else?
Yeah, Baka.
Yeah.
I'm gonna slide over the mace.
Oh.
Actually, it's a warhammer.
I'm a Warhammer.
I'll tell you what, I will allow before you go to sleep, whether it's today or tomorrow morning is irrelevant. The point is,
Yeah.
you would have 10 minutes to do a ritual to identify the warhammer.
I'll do that.
So, okay, so you basically set up a little bit of a chalk diagram on the wood floor of the
Gotta clean that up
central.
after.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And as you do the necessary hand motions, some of the chalk begins to glow, and the warhammer also glows, and basically it reveals itself to be a warhammer +1. So basically the warhammer +1, it's d8 +1. So if I'm doing my math correctly, for Theoden who
while two-handed or
It's a
one? Or is
D8
it
well,
just-
you can. It's a versatile weapon. So if you hold it with one hand and a shield, it's a +8. If you put your shield away and you hold it with two hands, I said D8. I'm sorry. It's an 8-sider for damage. If you put your shield away and you swing it with two hands, it's a 10-sider for damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just assume
one-handed, it's D8 + 8.
well, it would be D8 +8 for him because he has
His
I
giant
think
belt.
giant belt, which gives him a +7 to his strength. So it's D8 +8 damage. And what is your proficiency bonus at level 11?
It's +4.
Is it
Yeah.
+4?
Yeah.
So it would be 4 + 7 is 11 + 1 is 12. So it's +12 to hit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's +12 to hit, +8 damage.
Dude,
and
my
it's
highest.
magical.
Oh, my highest thing is actually I forgot to do my attack bonus when I upgraded everything.
Oh, stop comparing.
No, you just reminded me. I did my damage, but I didn't do my attack bonus. So that's +9 now.
So let's just say that sleep comes to you, and you advance it to the following day, which is the 6th
Whoa, does
month.
Sirach want to do anything?
I'm
Yeah, I
sorry.
was just saying.
My fault. Go for it. Before the night is complete, would you like to do some rock? My fault.
So first, I kind of have a question.
Sure.
With our 3-course meal,
Mhm.
was any garlic in on the table?
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna
well,
grab some in the morning.
I will collect as much garlic as I can from our
Yep.
meal.
That sounds good.
But I will also string some garlic together into a necklace for
Okay.
myself.
Easy. Make a performance check
All right.
or a survival check. I know you probably like survival better.
I do.
Make a survival check.
It's going to be a 19.
Easy enough with a 19.
Okay.
So you now have a necklace of garlic. It will not last forever through basic wear and tear. Within a week or so, it's going to fall apart on its own. But for right now, you have a garlic necklace.
Cool.
Yes.
I'll take
Anything
it.
else? Anything else you like to do?
And then before I go to bed, I want to read that book that I got, The Adventures of the Overbright.
Okay. Very cool. All right, so you spend some time looking through that. I'm just curious. It's written in a very bizarre style of Elvish that you're not that familiar with. Compare it to basically like if you're trying to read Shakespeare. And you realize it's that the Drow elves write in a different fashion than high elves and wood elves do. So what I need you to do is I need you to make a wisdom check to see if you can actually understand it.
Okay. So wisdom is going to be a 15.
15. No, with a 15, it's a tough read. You only get about halfway through it. You don't know if you're going to get any particular value out of it. You're not sure if it's fiction or nonfiction.
All right.
It comes across. It's a first-person account of a Drow elves' adventures. Even though it says the adventures in the Overbright, the first half of the story has to do with Drow elves in the underworld, and it has to do with politics. It has to do with family relationships. It's an exciting read. It seems like this particular character, it reads like first person journal, like as if he's talking about his adventures, his combats. He favors a pet, a purple pet puma that travels with him. that he has a special bond with. And you think that that's kind of cool because now that you have the Lion Club Alistair, you can kind of like identify with the main character in the sense that, oh, okay, so this is like an elf who's got like a cat type like familiar, and I have Alistair, so that's kind of cool. And he fights with him in battle, and they actually kind of talk to each other using magical means. So there's parallels there, which is pretty cool. But you don't get through it all the way. But it is interesting. It's just it's in like a dialect that's kind of hard to follow sometimes. But entertaining overall.
All right.
Wait, is it still evening?
It's basically about 10:30. Everybody's pretty beat after a big meal. You're like crashing from the the full stomach. But you can do something if you want.
Can I just grab like a piece of garlic?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then is Chowder's wife's like grave nearby?
Yeah, it's within 100 feet or so of the house.
Uh,
You remember from the last time you were here that there's a makeshift gravestone at the base of the large tree that's outside.
All right, I might want to check that out in the morning.
That's fine.
My God.
Yeah, that's cool. So is there anything that anybody wants to do before you crash?
I'll take a piece of garlic too.
Garlic. So everybody's got a piece of garlic. The only person who's got the garlic necklace is Sirach. Okay, but everybody's got a piece of garlic. I'm sure it'll take care of your bad breath. Yeah. So
Rub it on my teeth for a while.
exactly. Listen, in absence of fluoride toothpaste, you'd be surprised what people did back in those days.
Use it as deodorant.
That's true too. You'd be surprised.
Bugs will
Everything.
stay away from you.
Yeah, maybe Theoden
I like
might.
my bugs.
I was gonna say Theoden, the garlic might scare away the bugs. I don't know if that's.
It's a symbiotic relationship.
Here, Pierre, hold my garlic.
Very well.
So is there anyone going to do the traditional watch overnight, or are you just basically just gonna crash?
I'll do a watch.
Okay, so you're the
I'll do
first
a
few
watch,
hours,
then.
and Baka's the second few hours. Pia, make a perception check.
21.
21. At a 21, you do notice basically everyone is sleeping, and at one point Chowder leaves his room. He's trying very hard not to wake anybody up. He sees you, and he throws you the thumbs up signal, and he basically goes outside to the outhouse in order to use the facility, so to speak. At least that's the impression that you get. Do you follow him?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. So when he leaves, you kind of get up. Yeah, go for it. Tell me what you do.
I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself.
Okay. So when you cast
Yeah, I was gonna put
invisibility,
his nose right at the door.
so you follow him outside in a stealthy fashion. Make a stealth check at advantage.
Even though I did invisibility.
You still make footsteps.
There's still plumes of smoke. There's still steps in the ground. There's still the creaking of the door that opens, even though you're not visible.
All right, so stealth at advantage.
At advantage.
Oh, thank God. I rolled a 1 and an 18 plus. My stealth is +5, so 23.
23. Your 23 beats my 19. So he's completely unaware that the door opened twice and that there are soft footsteps in the ground. Maybe he's bleary-eyed. He makes a pit stop at the tree, stands there for a few moments, seems to whisper under his breath, and then makes his way to the small outhouse, which is another maybe 50 feet behind the house, closes the door, and proceeds to, you hear the stream sound, and you hear some flatulence, but other than that, it seems like a normal trip to the chamber pot.
Okay. And I guess I'll make my way back in before he's done.
Yeah. Yeah. So no check for him. You make your way back in.
Okay.
Okay. So your watch comes to an end. You give Baka a kick on the boot. You go to sleep, and now Baka, you make a perception check.
24.
24.
I rolled
was
18
close.
as well.
Yeah. So
You were.
yeah. So with the 24, you would have noticed, even if Tarry did something, which he didn't. Tarry's asleep on Theoden's belly, by the way.
There's something I'd like to do
Right.
during the night watch.
No problem. Go for it.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
so I want to take the piece of garlic I had and
Yes.
split it up, and then hide little chunks in different parts of Theoden's beard.
Okay. Well, okay. That's that.
Well, that's fucked up.
I think it can be done, though. I think it can be done.
I think it
So,
can be done
First,
too, but it's
first
not
what I need is here's what I need. Here's what I need. What I need is I need Baka to make. Well, first of all, we should use our app.
Oh.
Just those of you that are
Yeah,
unaware,
oh,
we
now
use
he's
the honor
upset.
system, but we have to use the app because if we do player versus
I don't
player,
know if I'm in
we
it
have.
still.
So that's okay. I see your name in it. What I'd like you to do, Baka, is for you to make a stealth check on the app. That way we're all on the same.
I'm not on the table.
Oh, that sucks. The name of the table is TR.
I'm not either.
That's weird. Still have the table up. What the frick?
I have it up too.
I thought I did.
It's Trent 86, right?
TRE. Oh, Sirach just rolled as 17, so he's here.
I just wanted to make sure it was working.
TREANT 86. We use the honor system of
There we
player
go.
versus
I'm back.
player and death saving throws. We use an app so that we all can see the rolls, ladies and gentlemen.
And for Baka.
Well, that's that.
What am I rolling, Chris?
So just rolling a d20 and adding your stealth.
28.
He rolled a 28 for stealth. Now, unfortunately, Theoden, I need you to roll a stealth check. The reason why I'm going to. Well, I'm not going to give you disadvantage. I'm going to give you one straight roll because you're a very light sleeper. You're in somebody else's house. There's a frog sitting on your stomach.
Yeah.
You're not 100% asleep. But he did roll a 28, which means I need you to roll a natural 20 on this.
Nope.
Theoden did not roll a natural 20, so you are dead to the world. I'm going to give the frog. Oh, I cocked. I'm going to give the frog a d20 roll. The frog rolled a 16. He didn't wake up either. So, what would you like to do again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just want to put little like the pieces of garlic into his beard at different spots.
Done. Easy enough.
Okay.
Easy enough.
No sleight of hand roll.
No.
All right.
No, I mean, like you're not really even physically touching his person. You're basically just taking a little piece of garlic and just sliding it. Okay.
I'll remember that.
Push it down with my. You
Theoden-
won't remember anything.
Theoden-
You're asleep.
Matt will remember
Now,
it.
Theoden,
Yeah, Matt will remember it.
on the app, Theoden, I need you to make a perception check at disadvantage because the stench of garlic is strong.
Fair enough.
Disadvantage. Theoden roll. Now that 19 is that
That's the first
that's
one.
the first one's a 19, but with disadvantage, so roll again.
Oh.
Oh, but he rolled
What?
and an 18. So now
Okay.
the 18, your perception check, 18 plus what?
That's
Three.
crazy.
18 plus what?
3.
3, so you're 21. With a 21, long after the pieces of garlic are put into your beard,
Fucking
about
right.
about an hour later,
Yep.
you're awoken in the middle of the night by the stench of garlic.
What is that? What is that? And I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna pat around. I feel it in my beard. I'm guessing.
Yes, you do. You start picking out pieces
Oh!
of garlic.
It must have been Baka. And I'm gonna pick it all out and start
Baka,
throwing it.
yeah, Baka is awakened, looking right at you because it's only an hour later. And he's
Baka!
still on his watch.
Dude, quiet. They're sleeping. What are you on about?
What am I on about? What are you on about?
What are you talking about?
Why
do
is there
why do you
garlic,
have garlic in your beard? Yeah, why?
Oh,
Baby.
son of a. And
I've only been awake an hour. Nothing's happened.
I'm gonna push him.
So
Don't
you push
start
him.
this.
So you push him.
Yeah.
He's pushed.
I'm gonna.
Does he fall or anything?
No, because he's sitting on a pillow. So you push him.
Oh,
you
he's
push him.
sitting on a pillow.
Yeah, he's sitting on a pillow. You're laying on a bedroll in the middle of this guy's living room.
I didn't do this. It probably was Pia. You remember he took the garlic earlier?
In the app, make a deception check, Baka.
Okay.
Deception check.
Oh. 21.
21 for deception check. Make a perception check and beat a 21, Theoden. Perception? Wow, Theoden just
Oh
rolled
my
an 18.
God!
Rolled a 21.
Wait,
So-
tied.
It's a tie. Roll again, unfortunately. Roll again.
Oh,
They tied at 21. You're not-
18.
18.
Damn.
Theoden,
Yes.
you're not. Let's put it this way. You're not. You. There's something about you thinking to yourself like because of that first roll, You're like, I don't know. He could be telling the truth, but it's Baca. I don't know. And then you think to yourself, I don't know if I want to push the envelope with this because maybe it wasn't him, and I don't want to cause trouble
all
with
right.
Chowder's
Stay
house.
in, buddy. I tried to save you earlier today, man. Remember?
It's all right. I'm
I
I'm
dived
just
into
gonna
the
walk
scorpion
away.
pit.
I'm gonna huff and puff and walk away, and I'm gonna keep it in my memory bank.
Oh my god.
So
Should have pissed me for that pee, you
for the
bitch.
is there anything that Baca would like to do for the remaining 2 hours before sunup, other than keep watch?
Mm. Yes.
What would you like to do?
I don't know. I'm just gonna use break everyone. I'm gonna take if I have any remaining garlic, I'm gonna
Well, you don't have much left.
I'm gonna take what I have left and lift up Pia's waistband and throw it in.
Well, that's gonna require a sleight of hand at disadvantage.
Okay, I'll do it.
All right. So, well, first of all, Pia, I need you to. Well, we'll do your perception check next. Do sleight of hand at disadvantage on the app.
I have it at disadvantage in the app. So 7 plus 13, 20. 30, 20.
Okay, so he rolled a dirty 20, lifting up very gently, lifting up your waistband and trying to put garlic down your pants. I need you to make a perception check, straight perception, because you're in someone else's house.
God.
Light sleeper.
Fuck.
17 plus your perception.
Didn't hear you, buddy.
2.
Plus 2?
Yep.
So
Yes!
he rolled a dirty 20, you rolled a 19, which means in your dreams you felt something happen, but not enough to wake you up. So
Very well.
unfortunately, when you wake up the next day, you're going to find basically crumbs of garlic inside your trousers. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Smells like garlic.
Yeah, you smell a little bit. You might not even notice because it's not even like a bulb of garlic because it doesn't have that
Now-
much left.
Is the second shift over?
Once the second shift over, it's Baca's responsibility to wake everyone up
Oh shit! All right.
because there's no third shift. It's basically like 4:30 in the morning, and at like 6 or 7, either he will wake you up or you guys will start to wake up on your own.
Okay.
I'll wake them up when the time comes.
Yeah. So let's just say it's 7 a.m. and he starts kicking people's boots to get them up, and it's like 7 in the morning. Also, Chowder comes out from his room, proceeds to feed Tarry. He's got like a small glass container filled with bugs. Looks at you, looks at your beard, looks at Tarry, and he basically grabs Tarry and goes, "You didn't do that, did you? You didn't mess with his beard. I hope not. Hey, come on, climb my shoulder, climb my shoulder."
That's all right. He can have all the bugs he wants.
Yeah, well, I mean, they seem very comfortable. I got plenty in this glass jar, so he rubs the sand out of his eyes. The day is yours. What would you guys like to do?
Damn, I smell good today.
Hey, Chowder, can I get a piece of garlic or two for the road?
Yeah, I got plenty of that. He goes downstairs, and he comes up basically with like 2 cloves of garlic and hands them to you.
Thank you, man.
I'm gonna give him the dirtiest look.
Who, me or Chowder?
You.
So what would you guys like to do?
Rune cave, right?
I'm gonna give you a dirty look back.
Dirty look back. So
Ooh.
your horses are tied up outside. You guys are going to begin
Grab
the
'em.
journey
Yep.
on the way to the where it is indicated on Harry's map. And of course, after investigating Harry's map, the fact that it's different than yours, you guys make a marking on your own map to match
Yep.
it up. Let's say it takes 5 days of travel. 5 days of travel times 3 rations a day would be 15 days rations each to make it there. At some point, just whatever your ration total is, mark off 15 rations.
Oh,
If you have a pet, I'm sorry, go ahead.
you can finish, but I wanted to say one thing to Chowder real quick.
Absolutely. I was going to say that Chowder
Okay.
basically. So Chowder goes to each of you and basically shakes your hand, gives you a quick hug. The frog goes, "Ribbit." He's almost a little teary eyed. He's like, "Anytime you guys want to come back to see me, my door will always be open.
We'll
drink."
be back, my friend.
I'm glad. And again, it didn't get past me that I understand you want to take me out of retirement. There may come a day where I'll have to ask you for that hammer back, but not today. Today you wield it proudly.
I will hang on to it with my life.
And eventually makes his way over to Pia. Pia, what were you going to say to Chowder?
If we do go to Enosa, do you want us to send your regards to anybody?
No, there's nobody. There's nobody that I know in that city that I'm really all that keen to. The only thing that matters to me is under that tree.
Very well.
Yeah. So he wishes you well, and you guys go riding off unless there's something else that you guys would like to discuss with Chowder. No?
No, I'm good.
Oh, anybody? Okay.
No.
Cool. All right. So the 5 days of travel will spend 15 days worth of rations. Some of you need to burn another ration or two for your pets.
I'll spend 20 because I have.
Well,
two
I don't
pets.
think you have to go 20. I think
Why one
burn-
ration per day for my pets, basically.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes total sense.
Yeah,
So-
that's what I
so-
did.
Yeah, so 20. Theoden can go.
Well, you have more pets, Baka, so you'd have to burn
Well,
more.
But he's got
The
smaller
cat and
pets.
the weasel don't really eat much, and Ari's not as big as.
Well, you know what?
Alistair.
Let's do 20 for Baka. Let's go 18 for Sirach.
Okay.
Theoden will go 20 because it's a dog. It needs a ration a day.
Yeah.
Pia, let's just say that the rat splinter over the course of the 5 days of travel maybe burns one ration. So you basically you spend 16 rations.
Good thing
Alright.
I only have 5.
Well, I don't know if that's true. I got to be honest with you. I have it written down in my journal for the campaign that at some point you guys all bought 100 rations each, including Pia. I'm not sure you updated it, Pia, but I think
Yeah, I
everybody.
updated it.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I don't think I bought 100, but I
I don't
got
think
I
I
got
bought
enough.
I'm
I
at
got
50 now.
some. I
after
I
got
this
can
plan.
help Pia if he doesn't
There you go.
have.
Well, I
enough.
mean, listen, I could
Yeah,
be
I
wrong.
got. You have any?
It's basically.
Yeah, I was almost out.
Oh,
Well,
I'll
it's
I got
listen,
you some.
it's up to you guys to keep the ultimate tally. Maybe I'm
It
mistaken.
doesn't matter. I can just give him some at the time anyway.
Yeah. So
I
it's
mean,
up.
I'll
so
just
how
get.
many-
I'll give him 15 this time. It's fine.
Okay, so Baka has given Pia 15 rations. He needs an extra ration just to feed the.
No, I
splinter
have
over there.
5 on me.
Oh, yeah, 5 on you. Good. So I guess you're down to 4.
I can hunt some desert lizards too and feed them.
Well, it's interesting that you said that. I was going to ask you over the course of the 5 days, I was going to give each of you 2 opportunities to do something unique or interesting, including possibly supplementing your rations with like survival skills. So let's start with Sirach. Sirach, did you want to do some hunting in the dry desert to possibly supplement the rations?
Sure, why not?
Sure. You
Yeah.
mentioned, since you said it already, I'm going to say that like you're looking for, lizard life, something that you could basically, at a campsite you can burn and get some meat out of it. Make a survival check at advantage.
Oof.
Well, you got a second roll, so that's good news.
No, I rolled both at the same time.
Oh, what'd you get?
Yeah.
Lied.
Total. I should have lied. Should have been like Baka.
Well, thank you for being honest.
No, it's gonna be a
Why, motherfucker?
14.
Unfortunately, you needed a 15 in order to succeed, and I appreciate your honesty. That is one of your 2 opportunities over the course of the next 5 days. Basically the life in the desert is a little more harsh than you anticipated, and they're either hiding or dead themselves. I'll come back to you for either another trip to hunt or to do something else. Is there anybody that wants to do something over the course of those 5 days? Administrative, conversation, something to boost your character, whatever. It's up to you.
I do.
Yes, what's up?
I just want to work with Ari both times and help him learn to attack on command.
Okay.
And retreat on command.
Okay, so let's can we do the retreat first?
Sure.
Okay, so you spend
Well,
one
he
of
already
your-
knows come here, so I mean
Okay,
it's something similar.
So he knows come here, and now you want to pick a particular command to tell him to back off or back away
Yeah.
because it's dangerous. So what I need you to do is I need you to make an animal handling check for that.
11.
He doesn't get it.
Fuck.
Not at an 11. He's This is okay. So out of the two lion cubs, you've got Alistair, which is basically Sirach's lion club, and Ari, who is Baka's. They're the same age. They're both male, but the more mature of the two cubs is Sirach's. Baka is a friendly, wide-eyed, bushy-tailed, almost a cartoon character of a cub.
He's like the Simba before his father passed away.
Yeah, he's very, very innocent. He very much loves you, Baka. You can tell just from his reactions. But you just see that, like, he doesn't really pay attention to his own self much. Like, you notice that he's the kind of pet that will stand in the middle of a highway until a truck runs over it. If you don't, okay, get out of the highway. Get out of the highway.
Wow, Chris.
That's basically what, that doesn't mean that Ari can't be trained to be otherwise, but he's going to be a little bit more difficult to train than some of the other pets. Within 11, he stares up at you lovingly.
He's a little slower.
He stares up at you lovingly, but just doesn't quite get that. So let's just say, knock out your two. So the second thing that you attempt to teach him is to attack.
On command.
Maybe he'll get this one because it's a little bit more aggressive.
No, it's even worse. Good job, Ari. Good job.
I love you.
Oh, I love you too. Okay.
I love you. I love my brother too. My brother is really good at doing the stuff that you want me to do. I'm not.
You should watch your brother and try to imitate him.
I will. I watch my brother. I will watch my brother.
Lion do.
Lion see, lion do. What's a lion?
You are.
I'm a lion?
You're a lion, yeah.
Ooh. Lion see, lion do. Ha. And basically you get the sense that it's going to be a little bit longer of a process, but he's going to get it. Sooner or later he's going to mature. He's going to mature up, but he's just a little bit more innocent. That's all. So
we'll solve that quickly in this group.
Yeah. So Baka was did his 1 and 2. Anybody else got a 1 and 2?
I want to do Harry.
What would you like to work? I'm assuming you want to work on his battle readiness.
Yeah.
What specifically? What is there anything in specifics that you wanted to discuss with him or go over with him?
Weapon attacks.
Outstanding. So he's excited. He's got his mace that you lent him. He's put his book down.
I got that mace, my new mace.
Yeah. He says to you, sometimes, people always made fun of me when in grade school back at Herg, but I always knew I could fight. Mr. Thaden.
I can feel that you can, Harry.
I'm so happy that you've taken, me under your wing, and I'm going to make you proud.
I hope so, Harry. I hope so.
I promise you will. Okay, so what are you going to show me today? What kind of strikes? What are we going to do?
The over the head smash, Harry.
Over the head smash. Ha! Make either a performance or a survival check, whichever one you prefer.
16 plus 3.
Well, that's okay. Well, you needed the 16 is enough on its own.
Beautiful.
Okay, just to give the audience, some of you in the audience, ladies and gentlemen, are aware of what we're doing with Harry, but those of you that have just come onto the stream, Harry's basically an aristocrat and a scholar who, when he started his journey, had begged the group, please let me come along so that I can write about your travels. Theoden and the rest have decided that there's a good opportunity to train him how to be a warrior as well as a scholar. Because originally, whenever we would have combat, Harry would need to roll a natural 20 in order to do something productive on the battlefield. If I didn't roll a natural 20, he tucked his tail between his legs and ran in the other direction.
Yep.
But every time Theoden or someone else in the group takes some time to train him, that 20 drops one.
Only
we've got the 20 down to 13, and because of this successful roll that Theoden just made, it's now 12. So 12 or higher, and Harry acts with an aggressive, confident way, believing in himself, and he actually makes use of himself on the battlefield. Okay, so that's number one for you. Is there anything else that you wanted to do, Theoden? You can theoretically work on something with Harry, do something different, but you have to verbalize it as something different.
Okay. I guess parries.
Okay, you want to work on him basically on how to like block. So you basically
yeah.
you use your hammer, I'm assuming, to try to like do fake strikes.
Yeah.
At first,
Let us
well,
slow. King, bling, cling.
don't hit me, don't hit me.
No, I won't, Harry. Don't
Okay,
hit-
okay. So make again another either performance check or survival check, whichever you prefer, and let me know what the result is.
Ooh,
Mm.
8.
You rolled an 8.
Mm.
Okay, so you start off slow with him.
Didn't stick.
And you start off slow and you do it. He's catching it. And then at one point you start to you feel confident you can pick up the pace, and you bonk him right on the head because he completely misses. And he goes, I don't want to do this anymore. I need a break. And he's stuck at 12. So for the time being, by the time you get to the next dwarven cave, 12 or higher is his number. You were unsuccessful in that roll.
All right.
All right.
Still pretty good.
Well, listen,
Yeah.
12 or higher is a hell of a lot better than 20. That's for sure. So,
Yeah.
And as of now, you are already aware that he's a cleric with healing abilities, as well as, a weapon that was gifted him. So he's not completely useless. He's not
Yeah.
level 11, but he's certainly not, a first level character anymore. When you
A lot-
guys level up, he levels up as well.
A
So
lot less soiled pants.
this is true. Speaking of Sirach, I gave you one opportunity, but there was also a second opportunity. Is there anything else that you wanted to do before you guys make your way to the next dwarven cave?
Yes, I want to teach Alistair something.
Okay.
I want to teach him a command to either come to me or go over there, kind of, wherever I point.
Okay. Well, that's
Um,
kind of honestly, that's teaching him to go to a specific spot by pointing. That actually is going to be something in and of itself. So I think for this time you'd have to choose one or the other. Do you want which one is more important to you?
Oh, got you. Okay, so I will have him go somewhere. So,
Got you. So
go
the
to a location.
focus of this particular training session is that if you point to a spot, getting him to go to that exact spot.
Yes.
Okay, so perfect. Make a either a performance or survival check, whichever you prefer.
All right.
Let me know the result.
Ooh, nat 20.
Nat 20, beautiful. So
Damn.
unlike Ari, who is very young and innocent and may possibly naive,
ADHD.
maybe again, I don't want to medicine shame anybody, but that's possible that maybe he's just a little too scatterbrained at this point. But
wrong with
Sirach, you notice that Alistair is on the money. He's very focused, and when you talk to him, he's kind of like, "Oh, I have it, Sirach. I'm good. I can do this. Sirach,
Yes.
is it all right if I call you father?
Sure. Why not?
Thank you. All
There
right.
you go, Sirach. That's
Thank-
the
thank-
one.
Boy, I'm gonna give him a pat on the head.
Thank you, Father. I'm your son, and you're my father, and
They call
and
me
I'm going
Daddy.
to go wherever you want me to. Where do you want me to go? Over there?
Over there.
Okay, I'm going over there. And he immediately like snaps right to it. Like you
Okay.
got this. You
got
know that if there's ever a situation where you need this cat to be in a spot in combat, you got it. So let's
Okay.
just say for argument's sake, you would do like an animal handling check with advantage if you wanted to do something like that. And the only reason why to explain why it would fail is maybe he didn't hear you.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll remember that with that particular
Alright.
thing. Is there something looked like you wanted to add something?
I wanted to add like a command word, but
Talk to me.
that could
If
get
you
me in
want to, you
trouble.
can- no, well, I mean, it could get you in. Well, you could theoretically. It depends on the command word. You can
Oh, no,
add it
it's
for
just
flavor if you want.
If any of our viewers are really deep into lore, I apologize that the conjugation might not be correct, but in Elvish, to go over there would be N. So En
En.
is as simple as that is the pronunciation.
Nice, nice. So Ian,
If anyone believes that's not the right conjugation, comment down below.
either comment down below or go to our website, which is SttRPG.com. Again, the website is SttRPG.com. At the bottom of the website is an email form. Feel free at any time to make comments, questions, and tell Sirach that he doesn't know his damn Elvish. So,
Yeah.
anything's totally fine. So that is now Sirach is done. I think the only person that I have left out is Pia. Pia has 2 possibilities over the course of the 5 days of something he would like to accomplish. Is there anything?
Wait, why do I have 2?
Well, because I just kind of I was thinking in terms of instead of I think 5, 1 for each day for each
Oh, I
camp.
got you.
Would have been way too many. It would have been like 20 of them for crying
Yeah.
out loud. Or 4, it would have bogged down the whole stream. The logic behind it is that sometimes you ride a little harder one day, you're exhausted, maybe you don't find a safe enough spot, and you feel like you have to keep your eyes open and you can't focus on something else. A variety of reasons, but just to keep the stream moving, I set it at 2 things over the course of 5 days that you can really focus on.
Gotcha. I'm assuming Harry is shot afterwards.
Well, no, I mean, it's you can basically, if you wanted to focus with Harry, you could pick a different day of the course of the 5 days where you notice that he's available.
All right.
So
Yeah.
what would you like to work? What would you like to do with Harry?
I want to try again with teaching Harry how to use Toll of the Dead.
Okay. All
So,
right.
Harry, you ready to learn again? Remember we tried that spell the other day? Let's see if you can do it. Ready? I have a new tactic here. Okay. All right. So we're just going to use it out in the distance, like in front of that like cactus or whatever over there. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So now explain just really quickly, just again, fresh my memory. What exactly is the spell supposed to do?
It basically just makes a horrific noise and can damage enemies and keep them away from you. You can protect
Okay. That sounds really cool.
Now, I'm going to stand behind him and I'm going to put my hands on his shoulders, right?
Okay. Oh, this is all right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now you remember to look at the tree. Look at the cactus.
Okay, straight ahead. Okay.
Now look, do you remember when Baka almost threw your book into the fire? Do you remember when Luigi tried to screw us over? Think about like get angry, get mad, get pumped, and let all that hate out on that cactus.
And I want you to make you're going to make either a performance check or a survival check. No, I'm sorry. Be a performance or survival at advantage.
Okay.
Advantage because of all the color and flavor you added to it. That was great.
Excellent. All right, cool. And that was a good roll. Performance, 22.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do for that one. What I'm going to do is that the 12 or higher is now reduced to 11 or higher. And
you guys do understand that he gets into combat with us finally, he's gonna run in and just die instead of running away and living.
You have no faith in Harry.
We will.
I don't care
cross
either
that
way.
bridge when we
He
get
can
to it.
die. Like
okay, so now I'm going over his spell
hey,
list.
if he starts writing accurately, I'll save his ass.
He's not you.
But he keeps lying out of his ass in his books.
And
But,
that is why I taught Alistair where to go.
I tried, but
Just
my
save him.
rolls- I didn't roll a natural 20.
So Pia, what level
Suspicious
is that Toll of the Dead?
It's a cantrip.
It was a
Oh,
waste.
cool. Then if it's a cantrip, I'm adding it to his Toll of the Dead.
No.
It's now one of his spells.
Yes.
Nice.
So in addition
High
to
five.
his other
I dig
four,
it.
he
Harry's
now
gonna be
has-
better than us.
Now it's Toll of the Dead.
Yeah, because we're all gonna teach him different things. And
Yeah, he's gonna have one of everything.
I'm not
so
teaching him
Harry
anything for
really
my
will
rogue
be
class.
he'll be the star of this entire book.
Actually, maybe I could teach Harry
He
stealth.
will by the end. He'll be the.
I could use Harry to steal shit, and then he can
Yeah.
get caught instead
Listen,
of me.
You never know.
Baka,
Listen, you
Baka.
never know. It may be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like he imagines himself to be this kick-ass warrior that basically saves you guys.
We'll get
Maybe
him.
in the end he saves you guys. You don't know.
Yeah. We'll
It's
get him.
anything-
I'll
can
probably
happen.
kill him before then.
That,
Or
that
you
could
know what,
happen too.
Harry? You'll be one of Baylor's finest.
You
That
will
could
die
happen too.
before your stroke fell.
Okay. So anyway, because we started the stream tonight at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time and it's 7:30, I'm going to take a break right before we get to the next Dwarven Rune Cave. So I got a 7:30 on the clock. We're going to take a short 15 to 20 minute break. I'm going to be back between 7:45 and 7:50.
Yeah.
We're all learning together.
All right. So to give you guys a sense of what's going on, you've traveled through the Forian Desert north. You left the desert a day or two ago. It's still dry. It's still the middle of the summer. 5 days go by, which puts us at the 29th of August, 2:57. The sun is high in the sky, so you assume that it's noon. When you reach the general area where you believe on the map is indicated that there is a Dwarven Rune Cave. Currently, you don't see a Dwarven Rune Cave. So I need two of you to roll for perception checks or
do it.
investigation checks, depending on which one you.
Perception.
I'll do it.
Oop, I
So
dropped-
PR rolled 1. Who was rolling the second one?
Ooh,
What'd you get, PR?
18.
PR got an 18.
I mean, I don't have the greatest, but
Go
I'll do
for it. Either perception or investigation, whichever you like better.
Damn, nat 20.
That's there. Well, listen, there we go. All right, here's the situation. This particular roll
Great,
was
why
kind
can't
of
I get this in combat? you
yeah,
know?
it's almost a waste of a nat 20 because it's the difference between finding it in 6 hours as the sun goes down and finding it in 2 minutes. So because of the natural 20, you found the Dwarven Rune Cave entrance immediately. So it's still 12 noon, and you come around the crest of a small hill. And since this is the 4th of 6 legendary Dwarven Rune Caves, you guys are well aware of the description. But because we are on television, I'm just going to give a quick description for the viewers who've never been here before. So on the reverse side of a small hill, ooh, nice pizza, nice. On the reverse side of a small hill is a flat stone wall. And on this flat stone wall, which is 10 feet high and 10 feet wide, are 3 large circles or rings, basically engraved into the stone wall, flat stone wall. This engraving on the wall, at the very center of these 3 rings, are 3 tiny holes that look like the holes for like where you put your fingers in a bowling ball, right in the center. On the ring, each ring, every 6 inches or so, are carved different symbols of different animals. And I mean, if you go through the list of animals, you see things like a butterfly or a unicorn or a bear or even a dragon. The point is they're very, very small engravings, every 6 inches or so. A random animal or creature is engraved into each of the 3 rings in the wall. Now, I don't want you to think that this is an engraving that moves. It actually looks like someone tapped this into a flat wall to create like a some kind of piece of artwork. There's a carving of an arrow at the very top above the 3 rings pointing down. And there's a thin podium about 4 feet tall. 3 feet tall, right in front of this wall piece. And on top of this podium is kind of like a carve out for the shape of someone to put their palm into the podium. What would you guys like to do?
Putting my palm in the podium.
Yeah.
Theoden, the dwarf, steps forward, puts his palm in the podium, and when he does, like 3 times before, this is the 4th time, the what you believe to be an engraving or looks like an engraving glows blue and comes off of in a faint blue glow emanates from the wall. Your palm engraving glows blue, and you realize that these rings are not actually carved into the wall. They actually can be touched and moved. So
boys,
what would you like to do?
Can I go? I don't know. Is this in a cave or outside a cave?
You're standing on around the side of a hilltop, and this is a flat wall outdoors. When I said the entrance to Dwarven Rune Cave, I only said that because you've done this 3 times before.
Yeah.
Currently, it doesn't look like, it just basically looks like a flat wall, and there is no entry visible. Just this magical kind of representation that only presents itself when you put your palm into this hollow out on the podium, and everything turns blue.
Well, I will search around for symbols, animal symbols, like the ones that are on the
Right.
little
Give me an investigation or perception check, whichever one you decide.
24.
24 for perception. About 50 feet away.
Why are you shaking your heads? What the fuck? God, everything's legit.
That was Piot shaking his head.
I mean, this time I'll allow it. He's not doing anything weird, so I'll be like, yeah, lie as much as you want. Fine.
Aka finds everything.
Where the fuck is it? That's this
Such a
one right here.
jerk.
Trying to steal from me, I won't allow
That's my pizza.
it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd also,
exactly.
Chris, I'd also like to steal from the group right now.
Yes.
Really badly.
What you need to do is you need to send me a private text message and just make sure that it's nothing attuned. It cannot be attuned.
Oh,
All right.
I'm gonna steal it and throw it in the ocean with a concrete block around it.
Okay, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. There are no bodies of water present. So now, With Theoden with his hand in the hollowed out podium, Baka decides to take a trip around the side of the hill, and a mere 50 feet away, you notice a second podium. And on the top of this second podium is what you believe to be a symbol of an animal or a creature, because the top of the podium is also glowing blue, like what is represented on the wall. There's a similar blue glow. Unfortunately, time has worn out the symbol, that you cannot see what the symbol actually says. You can't tell what kind of a creature it is, because maybe this has been here for maybe weather or erosion. You're not really sure. There's also a second and third podium that have been destroyed by a falling tree. So unfortunately, you know from experience that this is the spot that would have told you the key to opening up the wall. But unfortunately, they've been destroyed.
Curveballing. I'll use
Random
the earring
animals
to alert the tell the group. Hey guys,
So
the podium is eroded and the other two are destroyed with the animal symbols.
Just to
I'll
let the
come take a
audience,
look.
just to let the audience know, the party has a series of magical earrings, which are communication devices. Within 1,000 feet, they can talk to each other. I'm sorry. Continue, Pia.
I'll come take a look, and I'll meet him over there.
I guess, yeah. He's easy
Can I
enough
do
to
that?
find. Make an
Okay.
investigation check.
All right. I was gonna say I want to look at any like crumbles and bits and see if I can find any clues.
Sure. Investigation check.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. With a dirty 20, you think that the third podium that has been destroyed, let's just imagine that there were originally 3 podiums side by side. Each on the surface of the top of the podium would have been the number 1, the number 2, and the number 3 that you'd have needed to open the gate to the 4th dwarven room cave. First one is worn down and is impossible to figure out what it is. Second one, the pieces are smashed to fucking bits. But the third one, there are enough pieces to assemble where you pick up the pieces and you kind of fit them in as like a very crude jigsaw puzzle. And you notice that the third podium had the symbol of a dragon on it. However, even with the dirty 20, you don't really know what the first and the second were.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take my assembled piece and I'm gonna show it to Baka and be like, "Look, it's a dragon. We couldn't figure this out.
Dragon.
Why couldn't you figure this out?"
I didn't look. All right, so we know the lowest one, I believe, is the dragon, which means the top in the middle could be anything else.
Okay. Sirach wants to go look at exactly what symbols are on the wall.
Okay, no problem. Just make an investigation check.
Investigation is going to be a 13.
Okay, so with a 13, it's simple enough. You first count out the total number. They're scattered all around. And you realize that while Theoden's got his hands in there, you could theoretically move it, but you haven't moved it yet. You haven't moved any of the 3 rings. You're just using visually. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 total. Including a dragon, which you obviously know. Dragon is 1 of the 9. The remaining 8, if there's someone who wants to take a like a handheld, handwritten list of it, let me know when you're you ready.
Yep.
Okay, so dragon is obviously 1 of them. There's an owl, a snake, a butterfly, a wolf, a unicorn, a fish, a bear, and an eagle. Those are the 9 symbols that are represented randomly around the 3 rings.
All right.
Damn, that's a lot.
I'm
feeling bear.
Well, I have a weird theory.
Let's hear it.
If I can, okay. So we suspect the dragon is going to be the innermost
Bottom.
circle.
Bottom, I thought.
Well,
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
I guess the question, when you mentioned that there were holes like a bowling ball, is that how the symbols are arranged, or are you just saying that there's holes like a bowling ball
Yes.
inside of the
inside
Different
of the
symbols.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like for instance,
Okay.
imagine three rings. Three rings, outer, middle, and inner. And then on the center, there's a circular flat stone with three holes. Theoretically, in the past, you've put your fingers in there and turned when you were confident that you had the three symbols correctly, top, middle, and bottom.
Can I just spin it really fast and see what happens?
I mean, you could. So Theoden is at the base of Theoden is a 4
I'm gonna
feet
get
from the
sucked
wall.
into a black hole.
Okay. And he's basically closing his eyes while he keeps his hand in the podium. And because his hand is pressed into the podium, it's active. Which ring do you spin at like the what's his name? What is that game show?
The
It's Price is Right.
The Price is Right. Like the Price is Right, you want to take one of them and spin them.
Yeah.
So which one? Top, middle, or outer, middle, or inner? Which
I'll
one?
spin the outer.
Spinning the outer.
Spinning the
Okay.
outer, Bob.
So you spin the
We
outer,
kill Faye.
and let's say what I need you to do. Actually, now I will incorporate a little mini game, an impromptu mini game. 1, 2, 3, 4,
You know,
5, 6.
Look.
I had a logical explanation to this, and you're just like, no.
But we're still gonna listen. We're still gonna listen to your logical explanations, Rock. Absolutely. Hold on to it, because we all doubt that this.
Wait a minute.
Rock, this is giving you time to think, man.
So
Helping you
Sure.
out.
Why not?
Pia, roll a D10
I guess,
and let me
yeah.
know what the result is.
Oh,
Go
what?
back to my
A
notes.
D10, 10-sided die.
5.
Tick, 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 tick.
No
The top
way.
one lands. The top one lands.
Bob, I want to say hi to Baylor at home.
The top one lands on Wolf.
Okay.
The middle one was on Dragon, so it didn't move. The third one was on Eagle. So actually, let me write that down just so that we don't get confused. So Eagle,
The door
inner,
didn't open.
inner. No, it did not. Inner Eagle. So I said that Dragon was on the center, the middle.
Surprise, surprise.
And you rolled a 5, which meant that it slowly stopped onto Wolf for the outer ring. And let's see, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, Pia.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no.
This is what you get. Are you kidding me?
Hold on a second. I'm getting my dice.
5.
1, 2, 3. Let's see, 4, 5. Where are you? 6, 7, 8. 8d6. Did you fail your dexterity saving throw?
Absolutely.
Okay, so
I
you
rolled
get
a 5.
full lightning damage, shocks you because it's an incorrect response. 6, 12, 17,
86.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 34 points of lightning damage to Pia. It was not pleasant. 34 points.
Oh, man.
Right.
What are your hit
Body
points
of a
currently?
cleric.
77 minus.
77 minus 34, whatever that is. I think it's like 43.
Yeah.
You're down to 43. That wasn't pleasant.
Oh, God.
What would you like to do, group?
I'm okay though.
I'm
You're
gonna
fine,
Go,
you're fine.
Okay,
Thank
no,
God.
Pia, calm down.
I'm gonna go take it. I'm gonna go, like, just kind of curl up and try.
I'm gonna go sit down.
I'm gonna take a moment. So after
need to
seeing
lie down.
get shocked to hell,
Yes, basically.
Sirach is gonna change his thought process.
You have to tell us what your thought process was.
So
though,
I
'cause
had
that's going to be fun.
so, well, I don't want to take the chance again. So so we know Dragon is one of them. Most likely the
Most
inner
likely.
circle.
Most likely.
So Dragon has always been part of the combination, which doesn't help us. However,
Thanks,
we have
Sirach.
used Wolf and we've used Wolf once, Unicorn once, and Butterfly twice.
Okay.
So again, we have 9 options.
Mhm.
I was hoping that somehow
I see what
Butterfly
you're
was
getting at.
useful in all of them, but apparently not, because the last one we went to, it was not used. So my new thought is, hey Harry,
Yes.
you can cast Mending, can't you?
Well, let me see if I can.
I can.
Oh, both Aiden, you can.
Yeah.
I thought
We
Harry
both
could
we
too.
both can. I could do it.
Could you possibly try to cast mending on one of these pillars for us?
Make a
Yeah.
persuasion check.
Okay. Talk to that old platinum dragon.
Do we really have to persuade him though? He wants to be helpful.
He does. So I'll
That's
say,
true.
how about that? Persuasion with advantage. Excellent point.
Sure, why not? I will
Advantage.
take that extra roll. Yeah, okay. We're gonna go with the first one.
Which was?
16 plus 6 is
That's
20
okay.
yeah.
All you needed was a 10 or higher because, like you said, he was eager to help. The only reason why he would have said no if you rolled poorly is because he just would have been, insecure about his abilities and fearful to fail. So, but he says, that pillar that's broken, mending can't fix that. But it's too, I mean, I could take a page and put it back in a book with mending, but I could try with the pillar on the left that's worn off through erosion. Maybe I can try
try that one.
I could try that one. Cause I mean, it's just an issue of returning the symbol to its former, I guess its grooves that have been worn down. Maybe I can just build them back up. So he tries it, and absolutely, the suggestion was a wise one, because after casting mending, it does work, and you find out that the pillar on the left, the symbol that had been worn out, is actually the symbol of an owl. OWL, owl.
So close.
So you know that owl is one of them, and you know that dragon is one of them, and it's just an issue of where you'd like to put them, and what's that middle one that's,
Does there happen to be a creature like lurking nearby that may match what's on the puzzle?
Make an investigation check.
It's like a clue, maybe. I don't know. It's a long shot, and
It's not a bad idea.
I rolled a 14.
14. You don't see any. I mean, this is a wide variety of creatures. There's like 9 of them represented, and you do look around for creatures. You seem to be alone, with the exception of your 5 horses. It's just you guys.
Guys, is there horse on there?
No, there's no horse on there.
Well, unicorn is close.
True. Fair
That's
enough.
actually a very good point.
Very
I'm
good.
thinking owl, unicorn, dragon.
So
Did we figure out?
So I solved it. I solved it.
It's done.
I mean, you maybe.
Is
Do
the
it.
one
Because
that
we
was
used
worn out
unicorn
owl?
once.
Is the one that did Harry do the thing that was worn out? Did we figure
Yes,
out
that
what
was owl.
Owl.
So owl something dragon. I
So,
could try
owl,
the
unicorn,
combinations because
dragon.
I'm pretty evasive.
Sirach mentions. So the first one was dragon butterfly, and that was just a bird. So I'm assuming it's an owl. The next one happened to be. Let me go back.
Owl, eagle, dragon.
I think it was dragon, butterfly, unicorn, and then we had unicorn, wolf, dragon. At least according to my notes.
It was
Okay.
always dragon.
I might have been wrong. I don't know.
I'm gonna
But
go
yeah, dragon was always there.
Chris, I'm gonna go up and try one of them. I'm gonna try owl, eagle. I think was one of them,
Mhm.
and dragon.
Owl as the outer.
Yeah.
Eagle as the middle.
Yeah.
And dragon is
And
the,
dragon
and
as the closest one to the finger thing.
Yeah.
So you take your fingers and you place them into the depressions in the stone, very much like a bowling ball, thumb and two forefingers, and you turn like you normally do, and you feel a rumble in the ground. There is a lack of electricity, and the door slowly parts in the center, reopening and revealing a stairs down the center. And just so that you don't think that I'm trying to rush things, I don't know if you can see my terrible handwriting. Middle, eagle. Does everybody see that?
I
There we
see
go.
it, Chris. I
Cool.
see it.
There we go.
There
So
we go.
yes, granted, it was completely random out of 9, but you won the contest. So
What
congratulations.
do I win, Chris?
You win a quicker
What-
death probably.
what
So let's
was
hope
it?
that doesn't happen.
Yes.
Well, wait, do I win a heal for my
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna smack him on the ass cheek.
No,
Just
don't
so
waste-
you
don't
know,
waste
for
a
the
heal on him.
so you know for the combinations for next time, the outer rim circle was an owl, the middle was eagle, and the closest one to the
Was
depression,
dragon.
the inner was dragon. So this particular one for number 4. Okay, so there are dark stairs going down. You all have dark vision, which means you can see shades of gray up to 60 feet. I think one of you can see 120 feet. I think that's Sirach.
Yep.
As the only person who can see to the bottom of the stairs is Sirach, and about 100 feet down, basically you see a narrow 5-foot passage extending all out that you can't see beyond a few feet. It's basically looking at the bottom of a flight of stairs, going down into like a basement or cellar. What would you guys like
want
to
to give
do?
me that booty tap?
The booty tap is for what spell, what slot? Let's talk it out.
Cure wounds.
Cure wounds. Asking a loon for a blessing.
To heal the warlock? Yeah, that works.
Hold on. Let me.
You're lucky you don't get electrocuted again from a loon.
Yeah, right?
I'm gonna use it at. I'll use it at second.
Second level. So that's probably
level.
2 8-siders plus 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So who's rolling it?
For 10, 13.
13 points returned to you. Little
Something.
snowflakes from
Thank
a clear sky. From a
I
clear
got
sky
you, baby.
come cascading, floating down onto the robe of Pia, making him feel a little bit better than before. Not completely, but something's better than nothing. So since the passage at the bottom of the stairs is 5 feet wide, only room for single file, what is the marching order of the group? Single
I
file.
mean, we
Who's
saw what
first?
happened last time Theoden led, and he learned his lesson, obviously. So I think I will lead this time. Unless Sirach wants to lead.
Harry, lead the way.
Me?
Yeah.
You brave dwarf.
I'll make a roll. Hold on.
Show us
What?
what you got.
Why
I
doesn't
rolled
Baka
a
wanna
I
lead?
rolled a 17.
And
That's higher than an 11.
You guys
So
killed
he
him.
says, I want to go first. Thank you. And
Yeah.
Harry decides,
bar.
Baka, let me handle it.
I'm not gonna save your ass, okay?
I will.
Fear not. I will save you all.
Yes, Harry.
So Harry, the dwarf with no beard, with renewed confidence based on the training he's received from the group known as the Natural Ones, takes the lead. And
Good job,
he has
Harry.
I'll take
Yes.
second place then.
Harry, then Baka. Who's after Baka?
I'll go next.
Pia.
Oh.
Okay, who's after Pia?
Now I'm surrounded, which is
Fuck
good.
it, I'm last. Why not?
Okay, Sirach,
Sure, yeah.
and then Theoden. Okay, so he doesn't hesitate. He doesn't check for traps. He doesn't. he just-
I'm like 20 feet behind him, by the way.
okay,
I'm not getting close.
so Baka is holding back the group nonchalantly, creating a 20
That's a
feet
beautiful
space
picture.
between Harry, who's charging forward with his weapon at the ready. He's holding his weapon like it's a torch in one hand at the ready like this,
And-
as he marches forward.
And I'm talking to my
Fair
animals with Speak with Small Beasts, and I'm saying like, guys, this is what you don't do. You always check for traps,
Check my traps.
observe,
Check my traps.
patient,
Check my
and
traps.
let's watch him die.
Watch him die. Watch him die. Watch him die.
I'm
That
gonna
is
step
that's
over
Soggy.
Baka.
That's Soggy. His weasel,
Probably
which is
shouldn't have
around
told
his neck.
Soggy that.
Ari looks up at you and goes, "Should we watch him die? We shouldn't watch him die."
All right, he needs to learn from his mistakes. He won't die, but he's gonna get hurt.
Oh,
He
I
needs-
don't
he
want
needs to
him
learn
to
a
get
lesson.
hurt.
It's okay, Ari. Don't. I'll hold you, and I'll
Oh, thank
I'll cover
you.
your eyes.
And Tora, your orange tabby cat, which is basically trailing around your legs, is like, "Oh, these pets are so stupid."
Yes, Tora, but you're supposed to be the one
one.
teaching.
Is that Chris talking or Tora talking?
Both.
So you're basically
Tora
talking
is
to your menagerie of pets as you're
Tora
making your
MVP.
way 20 feet distant from the leader of the pack, which is Harry the scholar, holding his weapon like it's a torch. And he makes his way 100 feet forward until the path splits into a T intersection, going left and right. He turns around and goes really loud, "Which way do we go? Left or right?" "Oh, which Which way do we go? Left or right?
Oh my God, Harry.
You weren't stealthing anyway, Harry. It's fine.
Are we supposed to stealth when we do this?
No, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter now.
It's too late.
It
Okay.
normally doesn't because Theoden makes too much noise anyway.
So
Yeah,
should we go
pretty much.
left or right?
Let's go right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm down to go right. Yeah.
So he turns right and he
Left didn't work
marches
out well.
off. Even though you mentioned the word stealth, he still didn't penetrate. He's still snapping away,
Wait,
not paying
Harry.
attention to whether he's making. Yeah, pretty much. It's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
And he turns. After about 60 feet or so, you encounter a left turn, where you can either stop and very gingerly look, or you can just turn around the corner and not pay attention. Now you're 20 feet behind. He doesn't stop.
I
He
gotta
doesn't
tie my
pause.
shoelaces real quick, guys.
And everyone kind of like, I'm assuming everyone doesn't bowl over Baka, so you guys
I'm bowling
momentarily.
over him.
So you're next. What are you doing?
Well,
Pia?
if Pia bowls over him, I'm.
I mean, he's only 3
assuming-
feet tall. I'm gonna just try to jump over him.
Okay, make just a quick dexterity check.
16.
You literally leapfrog over him and his pets as he's tying his shoe or mock tying his shoe. So just the marching order becomes Pia, Baka, Serac. And in the moment that you leapfrog him, you notice Harry turn the corner.
Harry, wait.
You say, hey, wait, I make a perception check. He fails his perception check. And as he turns the corner, you hear click.
Bye, Harry.
Harry!
Success.
That's what you hear. What do you do?
I guess I'm gonna run over.
I'm
it
running
here.
over. Let's
I'll
go,
run
let's
over
go, let's
just to witness
go.
this.
Okay, so
Let's go find him.
So when you run over Pia, tell me exactly how you're running over and what you're doing. So
I'm just gonna run over, but like carefully look down to make sure I don't fall down. whatever
Okay,
the hell he
because
did.
because you've done that. When you get to that L turn to the left,
Yeah.
and you look around the corner, the minute you turn the corner, there is kind of like a floor that has broken down like this as a chute, where it's like a metal chute for a floor that disappears into darkness. And 20 feet in front of that chute that disappears in the darkness is a similar wall that looks like a stone fresco. But you know from experience that there is a room behind that fresco because this is the 4th time you've been to this. But every time that you've been here, you've noticed that there's a slightly different trap, but the general breakdown of the place is very much the same. You know that there's probably a room with like a mausoleum in the next room, very much like the other places you've been to. But the door is closed, and Harry is nowhere to be seen. What would you
All right,
guys like to do?
Harry, where are you?
We lost Harry, guys.
Harry's nowhere to be seen. Is there anything on the floor like a
Down the chute?
door thing?
The floor is like a trap door that has already been activated, and instead of the floor meeting the wall, it's basically a chute that has dropped into darkness.
But we have 60 feet dark vision. Can we see him down here?
Nope.
Oh my god.
Serac, you can see pretty far. Can you see him down there?
Can I see
Nope.
him down there? Nope.
Oh shit.
Well, my rope
You
ain't
know
gonna
what?
help, so
Wait, you have rope?
yeah, I have 50 feet of rope this
That's
entire
alright.
time.
not enough.
All right,
We
throw
used
the-
it last cave
Oh,
too.
It's only 50.
Guys, help me!
Harry! How far'd you fall?
I don't know. It's dark down here.
Harry, why are you
There's-
so stupid?
Boys,
I don't
boys.
know.
I'm going in.
Oh god,
Wait.
no.
Wait, I'll go in. So I'm gonna jump down the hole.
You jump down
Okay.
the chute. It's like a metal
I
chute.
have-
All right,
at,
take
like,
my thunder.
He is
it's
the
like
Minotaur.
No, I have a feather falling ring.
All
all right. So you activate
Is it
your
a-
feather falling ring.
Is that two?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so one of your 3 attuned items is a ring of featherfall, which
Nice.
now granted, normally what probably would have happened is you would have felt like you're at like a Six Flags Great Adventure
Saving
type
you
water
from
park
getting-
situation, but with no water, where you're serpentine sliding your way down like a metal slide into darkness. But the good news is that you go down at a very slow, controlled pace. Is there anyone else that would like to follow him as because honestly, Pia drops out of sight. You don't see him. You don't hear him. So is anyone going to follow him?
I got a question. Is
Sure.
there a ledge, like, so you know how it goes into a chute? Is it immediately like the stone wall after that, or is there like a ledge and then stone wall?
There is a very, very narrow ledge about 6 inches across on each side.
And next to the stone wall, there's only 6 inches.
Next to the stone wall, there's only 6 inches.
Okay, forget
You
that.
do notice, make a perception check.
24.
With the 24, you also notice there's like what look like gears or mechanisms, 2 gears or mechanisms that look like they're part of the artistry of the wall, but you know from experience on the sides of the wall that the wall will rise and the mechanism will turn. That's the only thing you notice, with the exception of those 3 ledges.
Is there anything? Is there any way I know to like maybe reverse them, or figure out how to?
I mean, you
reverse
could.
them?
Well, I mean, you could try. You'd have to make a suggestion, and you could whatever it you suggest. We could try.
There's no obvious lever.
No, there's no obvious lever.
Do you guys just want to leave and go to Ecosted?
Yeah,
No, hell no.
you're down there. You can't hear us. Shh.
Yeah.
I can.
I'm
Well,
talking
you actually,
about.
well, actually,
I'm
you
talking to
technically-
Baka and Thaden.
You actually technically can talk to Pia because you have the earrings on.
No,
if
we're
he's
not doing
within
that,
1,000
Nope.
feet.
I'm not. That was just posed to the 2 up here.
Sorry, Pia, you couldn't hear it.
That sounds pretty good.
I don't want to go to Ecos.
You're not here.
You're not
You.
going.
Yeah.
You and Harry are
You're
down
not
there.
invited.
You know
Well,
what? Do I see Harry?
not yet, because you're going down really slowly. I mean, you're like going down really slowly. You're going down like a few feet every turn. It's like
Fucking thing.
you actually want to go faster, but the damn ring's keeping you from going slow. You're thinking to yourself like, this is
Take
really
off the ring
boring.
for a second.
It's a big hole.
Oh no, that's risky business.
Yeah, because if he takes off the ring, then maybe he'd have to reattune it, and it would take like a half an
Yeah,
hour of focus and concentration.
That's his
I don't know
problem.
if he could put it back on in like. Listen, maybe it'll take a half hour for him to get down to the bottom of the chute. You don't
Listen,
know.
fucking try it.
So, is there anyone else besides? You have a choice. You have a choice. Either it's leave and go to Ecosted, or so. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, no,
that's
actually,
a legitimate option.
actually, while it is funny, the reality is that I would probably switch the narrative to the Pia and Harry show, and the rest of you guys are going to sit here and wait. So if I were you, I would probably pay more attention. That's just a suggestion. You could still go to Ecosted if you like.
Jan Harry show.
This-
What do you think, ladies?
This
and
is
gentlemen?
D&D. This is D&D. You guys can do whatever you want. So
I'm gonna
I'm
go the
gonna
other way.
call. I'm gonna
I'm
call
gonna
down
look
Pia,
out.
DD, Harry up here, and then we can take the other way to turning left,
That's the plan.
and then I will find the trap and we can avoid it and hopefully carry on.
That's the plan.
okay. So
Whatever
well
comes to
Pia,
ground.
even if you didn't have the earrings, you would have heard what Baka said because you're still close enough to him to hear it. So
You
Alright.
just like slow falling and
he's
like.
slow falling. He's
Can I-
trying. He's literally trying to go faster down the slide, but the ring's not letting him.
Can I give him Mage Hand a push, like Mage Hand?
I didn't
I don't know-
realize how slow he was going. I didn't know he was like just like inching down this like chute.
Yeah, because I mean, he would be inching down like without. If he was just gravity falling, he would be like
Maybe
falling
Mage
like a
Hand
feather.
slip
So he's
the,
basically
ring off him.
imagine having that kind of feather fall action and then going down a slide, which isn't even straight down. So anyway, what did you say, Baka?
Nothing. No.
Okay,
was-
the mage hand probably wouldn't have enough of a range, I would think. But let's just say, for the sake of the narrative, eventually Pia makes his way down there. You notice that you feel like you're in like some kind of sewer hole. It's disgusting down there. But you notice a dead skeleton. Luckily, it's not clawing at you. It's not moving. It's just dead. There's garbage. It smells, reeks of mildew and feces. But you don't see any obvious exits.
Nice down here. What do you say we call this home, Harry?
Oh, I need a shower. I need to bathe. This is disgusting.
Oh, it's delicious.
How the hell are we gonna get back up?
Just hold my hand.
Okay,
And now I'm going to dimension doors up.
you dimension door is up. You guys get up. Not a problem. It's maybe. Well, hold on a second. What's the range on your dimension door?
1,000 feet with spell
Perfect.
sliver.
Perfect. It
Yeah.
was maybe about 200 feet.
Cool.
Oh, you guys
No.
are back.
Yeah, they look the same. They look healthy, happy, maybe a little they smell a little bit, but that's about it.
Now, Harry, what did we learn today?
Oh God, I don't know that I don't want to lead anymore.
The PL likes
Oh my-
smelly stuff.
That wasn't the lesson.
Well, what
It
was
was
the
fun
lesson?
down there. I
The
liked it. You
lesson
guys
is
wanna go
to
back?
use patience,
Okay,
stealth
patient.
around when we know we're in a dangerous area, and observe and look for traps.
Make a persuasion check.
Guidance.
Guidance on the
I
persuasion
don't think
check.
guidance is
I
going to help
heard
me on
that
this
from
one.
the bathroom, and that was genius.
What?
Dimension door.
Oh yeah.
Boop.
That's
You know, that's
why
one of
I
the
wanted
reasons-
to go down there.
I know. Now I know.
8, Chris.
You only rolled an 8
Doing my
even with the extra
thunder.
D4.
Yeah. Sadly.
He looks at you and he squints his eyes and doesn't say anything, and you're not sure if you you got through to him.
He's so stupid.
So what is
Or
the
you're
plan?
just a bad teacher.
You're all,
That too.
you're all back together. What would you like to do?
Yay, we're back together.
Push Baka down.
Go that way.
Make a hit roll. No, I'm just joking.
Théoden, you want to grab one shoulder? I'll grab the other.
You motherfuckers. I'm gonna start running the other way.
And now Baka is leading the group with the rest of the group about 20 feet behind. So it's Baka who's second, leading the other way.
Harry.
Baka, Harry. Actually, Harry looks hesitant to be in the front now. He looks like he wants to be back. But Harry,
Get behind me,
I'll
Harry.
take the back.
say again.
Oh.
So
Théoden, you want Harry to be in front of you?
No, I said behind me.
Théoden,
so-
Harry.
Yeah.
And then
It-
me and then
That's-
Sirach.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Is that what you want?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought you
Baka
were
is-
ahead of everybody else.
Baka is first with
No,
a 20-foot gap between them. Théoden, Harry is literally like holding Théoden's back because he's suddenly fearful. Followed by Pia and Sirach single file. You make your way in the other direction. You hit the T intersection. You pass it. You go another 60 feet, and very much like the opposite end of this catacombs, it makes a very sharp right turn. What would you like to do, Mr. Baka?
So right before the area where I know that the ramp starts, because it's parallel, it's almost
Sure.
equal.
Exactly.
I want to look for a mechanism or trap that would set it off.
Gotcha. So all you need to do is make an investigation check, please.
Guidance.
Oh, fuck.
So he's got guidance,
yes.
so you can add an extra 4-sider to the roll.
Perception. You said, investigation.
Investigation.
22.
Oh, with the 22, it's easy enough. There is it's cobblestone floor, and you notice that one of the cobblestones is not actually it's stone. It's actually a worn out. It's easy. You can't believe that he stepped on this thing. It's the color
No,
of
I
the stone.
can't
First of
believe.
all, it's not stone. It's a different color practically, and it's made of wood that's worn out and corroded. So basically, it's something that when you step on it, it depresses. Originally, maybe once upon a time with a coat of paint, it might have looked like the stone, but now after all the mildew and mold of the at least 250 years, you'd imagine, it's no way you can tell. It's so easy. So do you push it?
No, no.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't push it. I will, guys, right here. This is the stone. This is the trap. Do not fucking step on it.
Okay. So
Or-
I'm assuming no one steps on it,
And
correct?
the person who steps on it is gonna go down the ramp, and they're staying down there.
I'm gonna look at it like I want to step on it, but
Okay.
I'm not gonna step on it.
Make a performance check.
Why?
Just looking. 2 plus -3.
All right, so you try to make it appear like
You got a
you're-
-1.
You're trying to fool
Yeah.
Baka into thinking that, but your performance is so bad, it's so obvious that you're just trying to taunt him. That
I'm
it's
like
re- it's-
hovering
it's
my
re-
foot over it.
it's really like you're obviously taunting him and you have no intention. He doesn't.
I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it.
Let's
Yeah,
carry on,
exactly.
guys.
So you make your way over to the wall, which is after that L turn, which is 20 feet away. When you approach the wall, what do you do?
Knock on it.
You knock on it.
It's a wall, like it's shut already.
Hello?
It's a wall that's shut, and it's very similar to the other wall
Okay.
in that when you look to the sides, there are like these circular gear-like mechanisms that are designed to appear like they're part of the fresco design, but they're actually gears on the side. That makes you realize that even if this has been the first time that you've come here, this wall doesn't open out like a door. It comes up on some kind of gear system.
Théoden, smash this fucking wall. Show us what that Warhammer can do.
Shave my haircut.
Oh,
You knock
Yeah.
again, nothing happens.
Allah.
Is there a doorbell?
I'm thinking about smashing it.
Smash it.
I don't want to touch the gears in case they activates the trap.
When you touch the gears, nothing happens.
It feels like a sturdy hammer, right?
Yeah.
Smash.
Here, I'll use Ray of Frost on the door.
Oh yeah.
and make it
Ooh.
Okay,
open
okay.
brittle.
Oh baby.
Is Ray of Frost a spell slot?
It's a cantrip.
Cantrip, outstanding. So you use several cantrips, several Ray of Frosts, because the Ray of Frost only basically takes
Yeah.
care of a portion of the wall, but she uses several of them, one after the other, causing the wall to basically turn into almost like a block of ice.
Smashing
so-
it, baby.
And you take the hammer,
hands.
that two hands, you put your shield away, and you give it like that big kind of like hands are separated, and when you pull back, you let it slide together, and
Yep.
boom. Exactly. I need you. You do not have to make a hit roll because I'm not going to insult you enough to say that you have to roll to hit a wall.
Damn, I missed the wall.
Just give me how
That
much
wouldn't happen.
damage? How much
Not a good
damage
thing.
does Ray of Frost do?
Sorry.
No, that's fine. I just want to try to do this where you both collaborated into damaging the wall.
It does at level 11. It does 3d8.
3d8. Okay. So you roll your damage 3d8. Mr. Dwarf, let me know. It's
Ooh, I like that,
d8,
Mr.
d8
Dwarf.
d8 plus 8 for you. So let
D8.
me know what your damage is.
I can't even make this shit up. I rolled 3 8s in a row.
That's fine. So 24 plus an 8-sider plus 8 for the swing of the hammer of Chowder's hammer.
I did not.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 2 plus 8.
2 plus 8 is 10. So it's a total of 34 points of damage. The wall does not budge.
Damn it.
Even like freezing it and then
Even freezing
the stone
it.
and shit.
Can
Even
I try
freezing
an
it.
Eldritch Blast?
Sure.
Okay.
So when he activates his three Eldritch blasts, boom, 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 at the wall in different areas, dark black necrotic energy festering with maggots. It almost looks as though vomit expelled from his palms of his hands at the wall. How much damage did you do on all
So I rolled
three?
a 10, a 7, and a 2, and I guess I had 4 to all of those, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely. If you
All right, so
you have that
14
invocation,
plus 11 plus 6.
add that for me.
14 plus 11, that's 25, right?
That is 25.
And then plus 6 is
31.
31.
After the freezing and the smash of the hammer and the eldritch blasts, you do notice that the door does look like you do notice a central crack down the center, and you believe that after hitting it a few more times with the hammer or hitting it a few more eldritch blasts, you could knock the wall down. Do
Let's
you?
do it, baby.
Do you?
Hell yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
You want to do it, Théoden?
Let's
So
both do it.
let's just say that over the next few minutes, with you consistently sending eldritch blasts and you basically hammering away at the crack that you noticed with Chowder's hammer,
Gang the wall.
the wall eventually comes down in several large pieces. And the large pieces tumble. There's basically a moment, like a critical mass moment, where with one swing, they all kind of break apart into 4 or 5 large boulder sections, and it falls over, pinning 2 of the 6 undead creatures that were waiting on the other side of the wall, basically because you're making all this noise. They, without realizing it, without any logic or reason, allow the boulders to land on them, doing damage to them. So 2 out of the 6 get 8 points of damage each. And the other you notice 6 undead dwarves in armor, the guardians of the original resting place, now up and about. On the other side of the wall that has fallen, I need you guys to roll initiative.
Woohoo.
Combat has now begun. I will roll for them.
You guys are gonna say I'm cheating with this roll.
Do I see my cousin Gimli?
You do not see your cousin Gimli. Natural 20.
Damn it.
Really?
Damn.
No, he's lying.
No, I'm serious.
Oh, I got a 25, Chris.
Well, you still beat me.
I rolled a dirty 20.
I got a +7 to initiative now.
How?
My dex +6 and my stone of good luck gives me +1.
So 25 is Baka. 22 is the undead.
Daden, you got a +7 to your strength.
I have
bro.
to roll for Harry.
I know.
Harry gets
Mine's all
a
natural.
13.
No item.
Harry. So anybody get higher than a 20 other than Baka? 20 to
I got it.
15.
Had a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 for Pia.
Mm-hmm.
20 to 15 to 10.
13.
13. What's your dexterity, Sirach?
16. So plus
60.
3.
So you're faster than to the draw than Harry is. So Sirach, then Harry. What did Theoden get?
12.
12. Theoden. Okay.
Great
So
blind, Sarah.
I have the breakdown. Okay, so Baka, you are on one side of all of this like stone that has been shattered, frozen, maggot-filled stone that's been shattered, while there are what you notice 2 undead that are pinned on the other side of the wall and 4 of them trying to climb over the wall in order to attack you.
How wide is the hallway?
This part of hallway is only 10 feet wide.
I'm gonna run in and attack closest one.
Okay, so what I need you to do is you have to use half of your movement basically in order to climb over the stones. So if you're going to move beyond this, you have to realize you only have maybe 10, 15 feet left.
Okay.
And which one? Are you going to attack one that's clawing their way or one that's pinned?
Maybe that's one that's trapped.
Okay, go for it. So easy enough. You climb over, you leap over the pile of boulders, and what are you going to use? Your rapier and your Astorian sword?
Yep.
Okay, and you start attacking and slashing.
All right. 24 with the rapier, and the Astorian
That is a hit.
is 17.
And that is also a hit.
Okay.
You notice a skeletal face behind corroded armor, and it's you obviously can't see
And
any dwarven features because there's no skin left, but the height, 4 feet tall and thick plate armor kind of gives it away. So
And
how
with
much
the
damage?
Astorian sword, I get the extra 2d6 because it's undead.
Yes, you do. Put this
So-
thing out of its misery. Let's go.
With the rapier, it is 14 damage.
14 damage.
And
Okay.
with the Astorian sword, it is 9, 11 plus 6. So 17 damage.
Not enough to put it out of its misery. You basically come down, slash, and you separate one of its arms from the rest of its body, and you see the bone sticking out, and you drive the dagger, your Astorian sword down into it, and unfortunately it doesn't hit flesh. You only feel it hit bone. So whatever you needed to do in order to take it into, you can't kill it, you can't stop its heart because it doesn't have one, but you have to kind of take its body apart. You haven't been able to do that. So, but
And I'm
you've
going to
yeah, go ahead.
bonus action Misty Step over on the opposite side of the skeletons.
Outstanding. How
30.
far are you? 30 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, 30 feet. Just to give you a sense of the room is pretty much empty with the exception of 6 what look like stone bookcases, but obviously they're not for books. They're the resting places, almost mausoleum style for these 6 guardians that have now woken up to basically defend the interior room that you haven't reached yet. So Baka is done. He is deeper in the room. It is now the undead's turn. This guy, I'm going to see if I can get him out with a strength check. He fails his strength check, and the one that Baka just attacked is still trapped, trying to lift the stone off of its body, but he doesn't have the strength. The other one that is trapped rolled a natural 1. I'm going to say that in the process of trying to get the stone off of him, it literally fell and crushed him further. So let's do an extra 6 of damage for that natural 1, and I rolled a 5. So that the 2 that are trapped are still trapped. And now the other 4 are going to claw. Let's see, who would be? Baca was up front. Who would be?
I'm all the way behind him now.
Well, no. I'm trying to think of the order of marching order. Some of you would not be right next to the wall. Obviously, Theoden was right next to the wall because he was swinging the hammer.
And so
I would say Pia would be relatively close because he was shooting the Eldritch Blast. I would say that Harry and Sirach would have stayed back because there'd be absolutely no point for them to be right up against the wall that's getting hit with maggots and ice. It just doesn't make sense. So I'm going to say that 2 attack Theoden, and I will give a dexterity saving throw. Pia, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
What'd you roll?
oh yes.
I rolled a 4.
Okay, since you rolled a 4, it made sense to you at the time to put your hands right up against the wall when using Eldritch Blast, thinking that it would be more effective. And you didn't want the maggots to spray out and hit Theoden, so you didn't shoot from a distance. You were right up against the wall, and when the wall came down, you got 2 attacks on you. So I'm gonna do Pia's first. Pia is wearing a cloak of displacement, which means that my attacks are at disadvantage. But I rolled a 16, a natural 16, and a 12. 12 plus 6 is 18. Does an 18 hit you?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one hits you, and the second one misses you because I rolled a natural 1 on the disadvantage roll. But the first one does. Where is my die? Where are you? There you go. I need Pia to take 8 points of slashing damage.
Oh, boy.
And that's the first one, and here comes the second one.
That's only the first.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think I missed him on the second one. Does 14 hit you?
That is my AC.
That is your AC, so that's another slash.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know.
A slash and a miss. So an additional 6 points. So I think I did what 8 plus 6 is 14 total. 14 points of slashing damage from raking claws. As your hands are there, you kept your hands there, and he reaches across and slashes you across both arms. Now this is for Theoden. As you're swinging forward and the wall came down, you kind of lost your balance a little bit, and half of your body is kind of like leaning over as they come forward and try to get you.
Fantastic.
Your armor class is 18 right now because you're not using your shield, correct? Because you're using both hands on a hammer.
Right, I was knocking down the door. Yeah.
So your armor class is 18. Well, the first one I rolled a 16 and 16 and a 14. So the first one still scratches on your armor. That one's a hit. And a hit, nice. So one of them scratches your armor, where the other one on top of you, that one turns around and basically comes up where your face is exposed and starts raking across your face from underneath. So let's see, that does. First rake does 9 points of damage. Second rake does 9 points, 18 points of slashing damage to Theoden. 18 points of slashing damage. I'm rolling really good tonight, guys.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so their turn is done. Pia, it is your turn to retaliate. What would you like to do, Pia?
So there's one just right in my face, right?
One is right in your face.
All right. Hang on. Let me just look real quick. You know what? I'm gonna try Ray of Frost again. Why not? And actually,
go for it.
Yeah, Ray of Frost. Let's do that.
Ray of Frost, which is a cantrip.
Yes.
Icicles burst forth from your hands. Dark icicles. Very Iceman-like.
Yes.
Maybe there are frozen maggots in the ice. Who knows?
Maybe.
We have to wait till it thaws out.
Does a... Hang on.
Does a...
14 plus spell attack bonus, right?
14 plus your spell attack bonus.
Which is 8. Yep. All right.
Absolutely.
So 22.
22.
Sorry.
Ray of Frost hits.
No, I don't. All right, let me roll my d8s real quick. That's a 7, another 7, and a 3.
7, 7, and 3 is 17?
Yep, 17.
17. It is damaged from the frost. You think you might have slowed down its joints in the armor, but
yeah, their movement's reduced by 10 feet.
Oh, okay,
Till
okay.
the start of my next turn.
Okay, okay. So beautiful. I'll slowed. Okay. Noted. Definitely noted.
Yeah.
All right. You did not do enough damage to make it fall apart. So it is still a threat. Your
right.
turn is over unless you'd like to move.
I would get an attack of opportunity if I moved, right?
You might.
I might.
You may.
You might.
You know what? I'll stay put for now.
All right. So you're on this side of the wall, basically blasting into the other room.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm already kind of weak anyway.
After Pia, it is Sirach in the background. Sirach, what would you like to do?
All right, I'm going to use a bonus action to Hunter's Mark.
Bonus action, Hunter's Mark. Extra damage for you when attacking these creatures.
It's like the
Perfect.
first time you remembered in the beginning of the
Yeah,
fight.
you usually do it
I
after a couple
know.
of rounds.
I'm so proud of you.
Well, because I wanted to do a different bonus action. I'm like, you know what? Let's do this in the correct order for once. So first arrow towards, honestly, the closest one that I can see.
Closest one you can see is the one that is attacking Theoden.
All right. So first one is going to be a 17 plus 7 to hit.
That is a hit. Roll for damage.
And
He
then
pulls out his bow over the shoulder of Theoden, fires, lets loose an arrow from his quiver.
It's
Great
gonna be
Legolas and Gimli right there.
That's right.
13 points of damage for the first one.
Outstanding. 13 points of damage. It shatters his faceplate.
Okay. I'll aim for the same one again.
Go for it.
That's a nat 1.
Is your bow a magical item?
Yes.
Okay, so if your bow is a magical item, the bowstring does not break on a natural 1 because that would be kind of dookie. But I will say, I need you to roll a 4-sider for me.
All right.
Let me know what the result is.
A 1.
A 1. Okay,
Gotta
so
get all those ones out of the way, you know?
all right, so with the
Should've
one,
got him out of the way before.
with the
I
one,
used all the nat 20s before.
so with the one, you are right over the shoulder of Theoden, firing into the room. Theoden, this is all kind of
I'm
happening.
sorry, Theoden.
It's all kind of happening at once.
Yeah.
God.
What happened was you
Yeah.
Theoden reacted by he was bent over from the swing. He got scraped in his face. His natural reaction is to lift his head back up. So possible that you might have hit him with an arrow right in the back of his head. So I need you to make another hit roll for me.
Right in the back of my head.
He might have. Let me get another hit.
Oh, another hit roll. Okay.
Another
I was
hit roll.
Don't worry, Theoden. You're not undead, so you don't get the extra d6 if I do hit you.
No, you don't. He did not Hunter's Mark you.
17. I
A
wanted to roll
17.
lower.
What is your armor class, Theoden, without the shield?
18.
18. So which means he struck you in the back of the head,
Well, the
With
shield's
arrow?
+2, right?
but well, no, you don't have a shield at the moment.
I know, but it's 20.
It's a +2. If your normal is a 20,
yeah.
so that means your armor class is 18. But fortunately, he only rolled a 17 on his arrow, so the
Yeah.
arrow let loose, and the arrow hit you in the back of the head, but it ricocheted off of the helmet
Oh,
and hit the ceiling. So it was
Thank
one of those
God.
deals where you feel like you got knocked in the back of your head. You're like, you think somebody punched you in the back of the head.
watch
God.
your aim.
Yeah. So
That's
Sirach,
happened to me in
is your
paintball.
turn over, or is there other things you can do?
That's it.
Okay, so your turn is now over. Are you looking to jump over the pile of rubble and enter the room, or stay where you are?
I'll stay where I am for
Okay.
right now.
After Sirach is Harry. Harry the Courageous. I roll a d20
Harry the
if he is courageous. If I roll an 11 or higher, he is courageous. I rolled a 2, which means Harry
Oh God.
looks at the wall coming down and the undead creatures and everybody screaming, and all of a sudden wets himself, turns around, and runs in the other direction, making a
Harry, you
dexterity
keep doing
saving
that, you're
throw.
gonna rust your
Hold on.
armor.
Dexterity saving throw. That's cocked. That's cocked. Let me actually use the one that's heavier. So stops. Okay, he fails his dexterity saving throw, which means in his fear and his urination, he turns around, runs in the other direction, steps
No!
the spot.
Are
The
you
thing,
fucking
the
kidding
thing
me?
opens up.
Oh my
You all, let's see, not all of you, but Theoden, Harry, Pia, and Sirach all
Oh,
slide down.
motherfuckers.
Okay.
Serpentine, like sliding down.
I'm not alone.
Ah! and you all land in this room.
Everyone but
Baka, who's inside the room by
What the
himself.
fuck?
Okay, so now
Oh, my
here's
God.
what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this combat round, and then we'll figure out how we're going to navigate this now, because the party is officially
It's
been
the
cut in half.
Baka and Undead show.
Yes, Baka and Undead show. Okay, so now after that happens, none of you take any damage from the fall because it's not a straight fall. It's kind of like a serpentine slide. So none of you take any damage. Theoden, it is your turn, but you find yourself knee deep in what seems like rot and feces. And you stand up and you're like, where the fuck am I right now? You got scratched in the face and now you fell.
We're killing Harry. It's
I was
official.
gonna do turn undead, but it's kind of pointless now.
Well, at the moment, you don't see any undead. At the moment,
Yeah.
you're not sure. What would you like to do, Theoden?
Heal PR.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Thank
Just
you.
in case.
Okay,
I'll
so
do
what
it.
what
Let
spell
me
would
do
you
it
like
at
to
third
use?
level.
So cure wounds at third level. You
Yeah.
stand up, you brush yourself off, you look around, you see no undead. Right next to you is PR. PR's bleeding on his forehead. So it occurs to you, hey, listen, let me at least I can be of some use here. So roll your healing of a loon.
17 points of damage.
You
Of
soak
healing.
17 points of healing. PI, I don't know if that puts you at 100%, but I'm sure it helps.
Hell no.
Okay, but that's
Yeah,
good.
that's why
What
I
are
did-
you currently at, just so I know?
48 out of 77.
Okay, so you're 48. 48 is still pretty good. Okay,
Yeah.
so now after Theoden goes, the vampire spawn that were attached to the ceiling drop down on top of Baka, surprisingly. Okay. What's your armor class, Baka?
19.
Miss 15 plus. Hold on a second. Let me just I want to make sure I get this correct. 1 second, folks. I'm just going into my trusty monster manual. Some manual. And of course, I'm blind. Just give me 1 second. Sorry, folks. There you are. Where are my vampire spawn? There they are. Yay! Okay, plus 6 to hit. I rolled a 15. That's a 21. That one strikes you with the claw. And yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm gonna use riposte, by the way, on the one that misses.
Good. So I think you use one of your superiority dice to attack.
Yep.
So roll that while I'm figuring out what this one does to you. 16 plus 6.
My rape.
No, actually, you know what? He's only gets 2 attacks. I don't get a third attack. So
Thank God.
no. I get a choice between either 2 claws or a claw and a bite. So this first one did jump down on top of you and did claw. The female one. I'll mark them down as female.
I'm assuming
male.
a 23 hits.
A 23 does hit.
And I'm
so
going
you
to use
you
my
dodge out of the way
historian since it's
and
undead.
use your historian sword to basically parry, and stab him. Stab her,
And I get
excuse
to
me.
roll superiority dice, 1d8, and add it to my damage.
Go for it. I totally accept your judgment.
Okay, it's 10, 16, 22.
22 points of damage. It's definitely injured and it's not bleeding because it's undead. Unfortunately, the second swipe did do damage to you, so I have to roll for that. 3 is 6. 7, 8, 9. Does 9 points of damage, slashing damage to you, Baka, on that on the second one. So you traded blows with the first. Now the male jumps down a few feet from you, runs up, and looks to literally use his attack in order to grab you and grapple you. One of his, let's see if it works. I rolled an 18 plus 6 is a 24. It does no damage to you.
Can I use uncanny or evasion or like uncanny dodge to like try to evade this?
Let me see. Instead of dealing damage, a vampire can grapple a target, escape DC 13. I'll tell you what, there's an escape DC of 13. Instead of you wasting your uncanny dodge, I will simply allow you to do a DC of 13. Give me a dexterity higher than a 13 in order
Saving
to avoid.
throw or?
Check.
Okay. Check is a lot lower than, or not that much lower than my saving throw. It's 17 plus 7. 24.
Yeah, so you basically, it tries to grab you and you run between its legs, but it still had another attack, so it's gonna attack you, and that successfully hits, doing, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 points of slashing damage, Baka.
Okay, and I'm gonna half that with uncanny dodge.
Uncanny dodge makes it 3 points. Okay, so basically the 2 vampires are focusing on Baka, and the other 4 that are in the room have turned around, and they see the gnome, and the gnome feels in the pit of his stomach, oh shit, I'm by myself. This is not
I
good.
got this, guys.
Okay, so now
Yeah, I hope so, because we
top
can't
of
get
the
up there.
combat round is Baka. Baka, you are faced off by 2 vampire spawn and 4 freewheeling undead in the background. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna do what all gnomes do and bolt.
Okay.
I'm gonna disengage.
Okay, disengage. Absolutely.
Run in towards like where I think the gold would be, you know.
Okay,
area.
so what you notice, make a quick perception check in your haste.
Jeez, 24.
24 with a
Like
high.
literally the third perception check, I rolled an 18 plus 6.
Well, with a high roll like that, you realize almost you could have your eyes closed. The layout of this structure is the same as the previous 3 caves. So you could literally close your eyes and find the room is approximately 80 feet by 80 feet. And then there is an archway that curls around in the same spot that it was in the other 3. Do you run in that direction?
Run.
Do you run in that direction?
Yeah, I'll run, and then I'll cast invisibility.
Okay, so you turn the corner and use your action to cast invisibility. And for the moment, are you deciding to take any other action other you did your action?
I did my bonus action, my movement, and my main action is invisibility.
So at the moment, you're standing in the room that has the sarcophagus. You notice something different. Actually, no, wait. You're in a huff. You're panicked a little bit.
You can
Make
tell me next
another
round.
make another perception check.
Okay. 21.
Okay, you notice something different. This sarcophagus is chained shut.
Chained.
Yeah.
Okay.
So other than that, you notice the same thing that you've always noticed. The sarcophagus lying not face up, but on the ground, horizontal. In front of that, you notice the tombstone with the ancient runes on it and the small circular pool. Other than that, for right now, you are invisible in that room by yourself, and you hear them coming. They are coming.
What do they do? Theoden. Okay, never mind. All right.
Theoden, put your head on.
Fucking.
You put your head on. Okay.
I'm on.
Okay, cool. Stop. If you're gonna talk shit, we must have it on the stream for our audience. We must all hear it. So now, after Baka,
we all know what Baka's doing. Like, it's not a secret.
I actually
Every
don't know if I
roll,
want.
Baka, every roll.
Dude, it's not. I have high modifiers. What do you want from me?
Okay, so now it is the undead's turn. The undead, the 4. I'm gonna do there are 2 of them. There are 2 of them that are trapped under. They have to roll to escape. 1 escaped, and the other one still did not escape. So there's 1.
On me?
No. There are 5. You guys are below. You guys are in that trapped area below. Right now, I'm doing the undead that are in the same area as Baka. There are 4 undead that are basically making their way into that room looking for Baka. The 2 that are trapped underneath boulders, 1 of them escaped and 1 of them did not. So right now there are 5 of them chasing Baka. I'm going to do a perception check. You did not have a chance to hide, but I'm going to do a perception check at disadvantage to find you. Okay. Let's see. Fail. Natural 20. 1 of them sees you. Fail. Okay, so in this room,
saw me.
Well, just one of them basically accidentally charged into the room and bumped into you, basically, just by pure coincidence and chance. It was you ran, they were chasing, you stopped and turned around, it ran right into you. The other ones went in a different direction, didn't see you. You're all in the same room together, all 5 of them, not the 2 vampire spawn. They have not reacted yet. They are still in the other room. But the one that basically fell into you is going to rake at you.
Well, I have a question.
Yes.
Just space wise, so they were where the rocks crumbled, and then I Missy stepped over them, and then I used another additional 25 feet to run. Would they be able to make it to me in one turn?
You know what? I like it. I think that is a valid point. I will say that even though one of them might be aware of your presence for some reason, maybe it's a spiritual reason, maybe it's just a senses that you're in a spot, you're breathing heavy
Maybe
and
he
you
saw
don't
me
realize
shift
it.
my foot.
You don't even know, whatever the reason is. The point is that out of the 5 of them, 4 have no idea where you are. One of them does, but
Okay.
they're not. But they are not close enough to attack you. So, so now their turn is over. Pia, you're downstairs with most of the party. What would you like to do?
I can bring 2 of you up, but I cannot bring all of us.
Your DD does 2 now?
No. Who wants to stay down and man the
What
fort?
do you mean no? You
Yeah,
already used it. If you're
No, I
telling
can
me you
bring.
can't
I
do
can
it
bring.
twice.
I can bring myself and one other person, and then
Can
I
you
can.
ca-
use
Yeah, but
something
can you
else
cast
on
it
somebody
twice?
else.
Is what we're asking.
Do you have any spell
Oh, yeah.
slots left? I thought you only had like
Oh,
I got
1 or
2.
2 spell slots left.
I have 2.
So this is
Okay.
our last one.
No, I have 2 spell. Yeah, this would be my last go around, but I would
Mm.
have to leave somebody behind.
And then get them
Harry.
up how?
I don't know.
Yeah, leave Harry.
I mean, is there nothing else down here?
I don't know.
Look,
We could do other stuff.
Is there anything else down here?
Let's go.
You're leaving me down here.
No.
You're leaving me down here.
No, Harry, we're going on our own adventure.
Yeah, we're gonna safely head to another city.
Yeah, Baka surely died by now.
I'm sure Blanca's gone.
why don't you try using the earrings, you fucks?
Anyway, so what would you like to do, Pia? It's only 6 seconds to react, so you can't do too much metagaming. So let's figure out what you'd like to do.
All right, Theoden, come with me, and I'm gonna dimension door both of us up, and I'm
To
gonna
where?
back up in near the
Straight
action.
up.
Yeah.
Okay,
This
so
way we have
straight
and
up in the room that you, in other words, you're going to try to imagine maybe
back
the
to where
room
the
on
door
the-
was.
back
Yeah.
to where the door was. Okay. So it would be easy enough for you to dimension door you. And so now Theoden and Pia are now upstairs. The
Okay.
room is currently empty, except for 2 slender individuals who go turn at your reaction. and they basically they flip their claws out like this, and their fingers, it's not even claws, their fingers grow and like
Oh.
and their tongues come out and you see the fangs, and you realize that these are not people, these are vampires. So right now, Pia and Theoden have faced off against 2 of the vampire spawn. After
Now,
Pia, what would
Wait,
you
I'm
like?
not done.
Oh, go by all means.
I'm gonna give Theoden a smack on the ass and tell him to get in there, and I'm going to jump right back down the slide.
Are you gonna use your ring of featherfall?
You
Yes,
what?
of course.
Okay. I'm going really slow. I'm going really slow. Let's go. Let's
You're
go.
gonna waste like 7 turns of combat getting down now.
Okay.
With
So,
what?
so-
I thought you only had 2 spell slots.
It's fine.
okay.
We're not metagaming.
So yes, you are. You're in the same room metagaming. I will cause you to suffer and die.
No, this is the bickering that Theoden and PR are doing.
That's true.
You can only
Okay.
do that so many times, PR. It's fine. I got it.
Okay. So now, after Pia is Sirach. Sirach,
In
you're
real
still
life,
downstairs
it's the
with
opposite.
Harry, and you notice you just saw Pia and Theoden go bamf, very Nightcrawler style in the X-Men, and then all of a sudden you hear him coming down. I'm coming down, but he's not down yet because for some reason he's just taking his time to come down that slide. What would you like to do, Sirach?
I'm gonna look around down here. I wanna see what's going on.
Investigation check. Where exactly would you like to look around? Just curiosity.
Deeper into this room. Like,
what does that mean?
Look at, so if I was standing at the base of the slide,
Okay.
just kind of like looking farther into the room that we're
Okay.
in.
Okay,
To
so
see how
know
big the room
everything.
is, kind of
Gotcha,
thing.
gotcha. Well, without making an investigation check, I can just tell you that the room
Oh.
is 80 feet by 80 feet with a 20-foot ceiling,
Okay.
filled with garbage.
Hmm.
You very clearly can see a skeleton in the corner of someone who died down here of starvation, obviously. And just from a cursory glance, that's what you see. Now, if you'd like to make an investigation check in doing something specific, is there anything specific you'd like to do?
I want to go search the skeleton.
Okay, you search the skeleton. Give me an investigation check.
That will be a 15.
15. With a 15, you find that he's wearing old ratty leather armor. He's got a pouch on him that jiggles. So, you haven't had a chance to actually open it up to see what type of coin or stone or, gem might be in it, but he definitely had money on him when he fell down this trap. He does have a sword in his scabbard. I don't know if you want to, if you're interested in grabbing that.
I'll just take his pouch.
And
Okay.
flying boots.
Okay. Well, I mean, he does. Interestingly enough, his boots are as rotted as his leather armor. So I don't know if they might be the wrong size too.
Rotting flying boots.
Yes. So
Only good
that
for
was-
one use. To get...
So is there any action you'd like to take other than to grab the pouch? Because it's only 6 seconds. Maybe something like I'm just curious. No.
Nah, I don't think there's anything I want to do.
Okay, no problem. So you basically you investigated the corpse, you took the pouch, and you hear something coming down the slide, and you turn around to look, and your turn is over. After that, it is Harry. Harry is you know what? Let me roll for him. Harry again rolls a 2, so he's still shitting a brick. He's freaking out, having a panic attack. Why did you leave? Why you say that? So anyway, he's panicking in the corner. And now it is Theoden's turn. Theoden, you are now faced off against 2 slender, dark individuals with long fangs and long claws. What would you like to do, Theoden?
All right. I would like to.
You would like to
Steal something.
And how far? I don't know where Baka is, right?
You do not see Baka. You this is what you see. You see one of those undead soldiers that were guarding the tomb, still pinned under stone under rubble. The other 5 are gone. You don't see the other 5. You do hear them in the distance. They might be in the other room beyond the archway, but you don't see them. And standing in your way of that archway and that other room where the sarcophagus is, you see these 2 slender, dark individuals, which you assume from their claws and their fangs are vampires. They are standing in your way. But as far as you have no eyes on Baka, and 5 of the undead are not present. What would you
Okay.
like to do?
I would like to use an action to cast protection from evil and good on myself.
Okay, so just read that very quickly. How exactly does that protect you? What does it do for you?
The protection grants several benefits. Creatures of well, I'll read the whole thing.
Sure.
Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures. Abrasions, celestials, elements, fae, fiends, and undead.
They are undead.
Yeah. The protection grants several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target.
I roll at disadvantage.
Yep. The target can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. If the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed, the target has advantage on any new saving throws, but I'm not already.
Okay, so cool. So basically, when I roll to hit you, the vampire spawn are basically a disadvantage. Cool, very cool. All right, so that takes your turn. Do you want to do any movement? Do you want to?
Yeah.
Because you're like within 10 feet of both of them, but you're not right adjacent up to them. Do you want to run into them? Do you want to run away from them? What do you want to do?
I want to back up away from them, but I want to make sure I don't fall back into that hole.
Gotcha. I think it would be, since you said it, I think it'd be reasonable to basically, you've got about 10 feet behind you. Then there's the rubble, and then over the rubble is, so you back up to the rubble, but you obviously don't go over it anywhere near where the slide is. Okay, so is your turn over?
You know what? Spiritual weapon.
You know what? For this particular round, I'm not going to allow it because there is an obscure rule in the player's handbook that says you're not supposed to cast 2 spells in one round.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair
so
enough.
you already cast the protection from good.
Yeah.
That would be like, maybe if it was a cantrip, I would allow it, but the spiritual weapon's not a cantrip. Okay. So Now after Theoden is the vampire spawn's turn, I get to attack Theoden. Let's go, but I do it at disadvantage. Okay, so disadvantage 8 plus 6 is a 14. That is a miss. Swipe. Oh, this is nice. I rolled a natural 18 and 16. So the 16 plus 6 is a 22 on the
Is
second.
it fair to say I have my shield up?
You didn't say it. So I can only assume it's still on your back and you're holding with two hands.
All right.
I will allow it as a bonus action to take your shield out next turn.
All right.
But you got to tell me. You got to tell me it's a bonus
That's
action.
fine. That's
All
fine.
right. So this particular one, with its bite, one willing creature, D6 plus. Oh no, wait a minute. Hold on. Nope, can't use that. I can only bite you if you are already grappled, and it did not try to grapple you, so it's a swipe. Swipe. So let's see, D4, 2D4 plus 3. 1, 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 points of slashing damage from one of the two strikes. And the
Okay.
other one is going to go after you at disadvantage. And it rolled a 2 plus miss and a 6 plus missed. So you can tell from their facial expressions that there's something about you that is repelling. That they almost like as if you were holding a cross up in front of traditional Dracula. They're trying to hit you, but they just feel resistant towards some aura that's around you that Pia can't see, but they see it clear as bell. So the vampire spawn's turn is over. Top of the combat round. Baka, you are invisible in the other room, and there are 5 undead guardians searching the room for you, but they cannot see you. What would you like to do?
Can I stealth?
Absolutely, with advantage, because you're already invisible.
Natural 20. I got a 5
Love it.
natural 20.
Love it. So what is the actual number? Just out of curiosity.
33.
33 of stealth. Not only are you invisible, you're invisible. Now, what would you like to do? That was your bonus action.
Yeah. I'd like to attack one. The closest
go.
one.
Absolutely. You would get advantage, of course, and you would get all of your sneak attack damage in addition. What weapon are you using?
I'll use the rapier for the sneak
Blue
attack.
bladed rapier. Whew.
And then I come out of invisibility when I attack.
Yes.
Um,
But you are still hidden for this fraction of a moment.
does a 29 hit?
Oh yeah.
18 plus 11.
So give me all that sneak damage.
Yeah. Okay. 14, 20, 23, 28, 29. 29 damage.
29 points of 29 points. That was one that was originally injured and slowed by Pia originally, and you basically from behind it you appear out of invisibility, and with one strong calculated strike, you take off its head from the rest of its body, and the pieces, once the head is separated, the pieces of armor and bones collapse into 1,000 separate pieces. So that one is done. Is gone.
How close is the next one?
The next one is within 5 feet.
I don't know. I still have my offhand. Would you?
Yeah,
let
go
me
for it. Yeah, absolutely. It's within 5 feet. Go for
I'll
it.
make the attack.
You don't get
offhand.
the sneak attack though.
Yeah. Can I use a battle maneuver fainting, like the feint?
Absolutely. You can.
Okay.
You have a certain number of superiority
Yeah,
dice
I
a
have
day.
4.
So you used one, so you have 3 left, right?
Yep.
So just use one. You have 2 left now until you can get another short or long rest. So yeah, just do that.
Jesus
So long
Christ.
as just make sure that fainting isn't something that again, I haven't read fainting till recently. Make sure it's not
I know
like
what it does. It basically gives me advantage on the attack roll, I believe. And,
Okay.
And then I add my superiority die to the damage, I believe.
Go for it. Perfect.
I just
Just
wanna
make sure
actually make
fainting
sure.
kind of just make sure fainting isn't something that's like a reaction. If
Oh no, it's a bonus action. I already used a bonus action.
Yeah, then you think,
I
is
just-
there something how many of those maneuvers do you have?
I have 3.
Well, what if maybe one of the other 2 maneuvers will work
No,
better?
I mean it's the other precision just adds to my attack bonus after and I can choose to do that after I roll.
Okay.
I don't need it. I get it.
And what is the third one?
Riposte.
Riposte is when somebody misses, you can react and attack them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so fainting wouldn't work in this situation.
No,
You basically just got to do
already used
straight
my
up.
bonus action. So I mean I got a dirty 20 though. I'll hit.
30-20 is a hit
Yeah, I
with
just
the
won't get
historians.
the battle maneuver extra damage for the hit.
Astorian sword, let's go.
3d6. Jeez, my mind just blanked.
That's fine.
19, 23 damage.
23 damage because the Historian Sword is particularly lethal against undead creatures. You said 19. It was not as successful a strike as the previous one. The Greed Blade of the Historian Sword lashes out and cuts it through its midsection, doing some damage, but not as much as you had hoped. There are 4 undead creatures in this room. One of them are aware of you. The other 3 are fucking clueless. No, that's not true. I take it back. You came out of invisibility. You came out of hiding. All 4 would be aware of you.
Yeah, I cut one down. And
You
then
cut one
I
down. There are
switched over
4
to the next
remaining.
one.
I got you. Okay, cool. So, is there anything else you'd like to do?
Nope.
Pia, you are finally slid down all the way, even that annoying ring that kept you from sliding all the way down, but you're finally down there, and you see, if I'm not mistaken, Sirach and Harry crying in the corner. What would you
Okay.
like to do?
I'm gonna grab Sirach and pour both of us up.
You're gonna use Dimension Door. Now, how many spells slots do you have?
This is my last one.
Okay, so because you have 3 total,
Yeah.
and you used all. This is your 3rd one, so using your last one to dimension. No, don't leave me!
Hey, Harry, I'll be right back.
Okay, so and you Dimension Door now. Within a flash, you've Dimension Doored yourself up to the top into the large room. You notice that Theoden is still engaged with the 2 vampire spawn, and you hear commotion and activity in that other room, that other chamber beyond the archway. Is there anything else? Let's see. What else can you do?
I was gonna again give Sirach a slap in the butt cheek. Get in there. I'm gonna go get Harry, and I'm gonna run back down.
Okay, so you jump in and slide back down.
Yeah.
So you jump in and slide back down. You are now sliding back down. Your turn is over. Sirach, you're now.
Expect yours. I got a little squeeze.
Well,
So
we can brag about that later.
Sirach, the half elf ranger / warlock. What would you like to do? You're faced off with 2 vampire spawn that are interested in attacking. They don't seem interested. For some reason, they think that they look repelled by Theoden. What would you like to do?
How far away are they from Theoden?
Right now they're 5 feet away from each other, and they're both surrounding Theoden, but they don't look like they're willing to run away. But you can see from the expressions on their faces that they find him to be foul. Just something about you're not sure what it is.
Okay. Well, Theoden, why do you have to be so close? I'm gonna shoot an arrow at one of them.
Go for it.
That's going to be a 19 to hit.
19 does hit. Roll for damage for your arrow, please.
That's going to be 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage to the first one.
Fuck.
The female, which is closer.
Okay.
Okay.
I will also aim for the female again.
Go for it. That's the one. Actually, the female is damaged. The male is not damaged. So just give you a heads up.
Okay. So yeah. Then that will be a 17 to hit. 17
does hit.
Okay.
Arrow hit her in the upper torso, and then the second one hit her in the cheek.
So that will be 14 points of damage for
14 points of damage. Okay. She takes the arrow, she breaks it off in her face. Says, I will feed on you. So yeah, so so is your turn over?
Yes.
Okay, your turn is now over. After that, Harry is by himself shitting a brick.
Harry, I'm coming down.
He rolls his fear. I needed to roll an 11 or higher to overcome his fear. I rolled a 9. He's still pissing himself in the corner. They don't love me. I don't know where.
I think we should just knock Harry unconscious prior to any combat.
Okay. So now after that, it's Theoden goes. Theoden, you feel like you have some sort of unholy advantage, or perhaps holy advantage against these 2 vampire spawns. What would you like to do? The male and the female. The male's got. You're fighting the male and the female, and all of a sudden, from behind you, boom, boom. You hear the wind in your ear as the arrows pass by you within 6 inches and strike her in the face and in the upper chest.
All right.
No, now
so
you look behind you and you see the half elf is with you now.
can I? You know, I'm not even gonna take out my shield. I'm using both hands, swinging.
Don't forget when you roll for damage with both hands, you roll a 10-sider. Don't
Yeah.
forget that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you take it literally like the sledgehammer that it is. Boom! Which one are you hitting, the female or the male?
They're both right next to me, right?
They're both right next to you. The
Which one
female
does
has been hit with
Sirach
a
hit?
couple of arrows and
The female.
The female.
female.
Yeah.
Yeah, the female.
Go for the female. Take her out of her misery. Go for it. She seems.
Take her out.
So what is your hit?
Oh,
roll?
19 plus 12.
19 plus is an absolute hit.
19.
Boom!
Damn.
Yeah.
I think that's the first over 30 we've had.
Was it?
For
Is that a
attack
celebration?
He's
For
got 19.
attack damage, yeah.
19.
Well, no,
plus
that was a hit.
Yeah,
That was
19 plus 12. I think that's the first attack bonus over 30.
31.
The
yeah.
group has had in the.
So so you roll a 10-sider and you add
Yeah,
8.
I'm looking
You
for
add
my
7
10
because
side.
of your frost giant belt of strength plus 7, and then a +1 because the sword, the warhammer is a +1.
Did I ever?
16.
I don't think I ever doubled my damage with my natural.
Oh
20.
wait. Yeah, 16.
So what did you basically
Total.
rolled
Total.
what did you roll on the 10?
8.
8 plus 8 is 16. Awesome. Okay, 16 is not enough to put her out of her misery, but you almost knock her clear off her feet. Yes, Baka.
Sorry, I just realized I rolled. Remember, you had me roll advantage and stealth, and I rolled a 20 and a 5. I never rolled. I never doubled my damage.
Well, too late.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine if it's too late.
Well, hold on a second. You doubled your damage against what creature?
It was one of the zombies. No, I killed a zombie on the
I
first
think-
hit. Actually,
yeah, I
You're
think
right.
you
It doesn't
killed
even
it.
matter.
Yeah, you killed it. So
Yeah, I killed it with the 20.
Okay, perfect. So but no, I will give you credit.
I forgot to double my damage though.
Listen,
It should have been something in the 40s.
That shit counts, man. Okay, so I don't want you guys to die because of a clerical error. That sucks. All right,
Yeah.
so
That was my bad.
so now you swung and hit. You swung and hit. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Mr. Dwarven Cleric? Perhaps with your bonus action.
Spiritual weapon.
Spiritual weapon. What does your spiritual weapon look like?
The giant flail.
Giant flail. It's literally a spectral blue, 15 feet across, floating in the air. Suddenly, a flail. It's got a stick and a chain towards 3 metal balls with spikes, and it starts whipping through the air with no one's hand on it. Well, who are you striking, the male or the female, with your spiritual weapon?
Female.
Female, go for it. Give me a hit roll. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
15 plus 7.
Is a hit. That is absolutely a hit on the female. She looks up at it.
You know what? I gotta look up the hit damage.
Oh, it's fine. I think it's 2d8. I think
2d8.
2d8. At your level, it would be 2d8. I think.
Yeah. $19.
2d8 is a 19. How is that even possible?
I rolled 2 8s.
Did you? Okay, 2 8s. But I don't think you get a bonus on I don't think you get.
Oh,
a
is it
modifier.
not
I
the
think it's just,
modifier? Then
I'm
it's
not.
just
Now, you know what?
16.
Now I'm curious. Let me look this shit up. We have to try to act like we know what
I
we're doing. We have
tried.
to-
I tried.
It is Dungeons and Dragons 5e. We
No,
have to
don't worry
pretend.
about
We have to pretend that we know what we're doing. Okay, D&D spell lists. I can barely see. That's what happens when you get old. All right, so
Says when using the spell as a slot of 3rd level or higher, the damage is increased by 1d8 for every 2 slot levels above 2nd.
does it say that he gets his
That's it.
damage
No,
modifier, or it's
so
just
just-
1d8 plus your spell casting ability
Oh.
modifier.
Oh, there you get it. You get it.
There you go.
So you basically would get 2d8 plus 3. So
Yeah.
8, 8, 3 is 19, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So this spiritual weapon that basically teleported from nowhere and floats above, you notice she looks up at it. It swings and all 3 balls smack her in the sides of the head and crush her skull and burns her with holy fire. And she collapses into dust on the ground. And her concubine, the male vampire, goes, and now you are only faced with 1 vampire spawn. Outstanding. She only had 18 hit points left, so the 19 was enough to put her out of her misery. So Theoden is done. Now it is the vampire spawn's turn. Vampire spawn wants to bite somebody. I want to bite somebody. Let's do this. All right, so I'm going to try to grapple. It's not going to try to grapple Theoden because he's afraid of Theoden. He's going to turn around. He's going to take an attack of opportunity from Theoden. Theoden, swing at it with your hammer. It's afraid of you, so it's running away from you and willing to take the attack of opportunity. What'd you roll?
A 4.
Okay, so you swung, but hold on a second. Now, wait a minute.
Plus 12.
4 plus 12 is 16.
Wow.
Its armor class is 15. Your 4 just hit it. So roll damage.
Plus
Damn.
12?
D10 plus D10 plus 8.
And I'm still two-handed, correct?
Yes, you're still two-handed. So it's D10 plus 8.
Aiden's fucking him up tonight.
Hell yeah, right? 6 plus 8. 6 plus
8?
no, 6 plus 7.
6 plus 8.
6 plus 8 plus 6.
Because the weapon is a Warhammer plus
Yeah,
1.
plus
You get an
1.
extra one. Okay, so you did that. As he turned around, you bashed him in the back of the head. He stumbles forward and tries to grab Sirach. Tries to grab you. Oh, I rolled that's a 13, not a 19, but it may be enough anyway. 13 plus 6 is 19. What's your armor class, Sirach?
19.
Oh, he grabs you. I need you to make a let's see what it says. Let me do this correctly. Instead of dealing damage, the vampire can grapple their target. Escape DC of 13. Make a roll for me. Let's say dexterity check and beat a 13. Mr. Sirach.
Well, it'd be a saving throw, wouldn't it?
No, well, he made me make a check
I
earlier.
did make him make it. You know what?
Okay.
Going forward after this one, just to be fair, I did make him make a check earlier, so I'll make you make a check. But I think going forward, we'll do.
I give him guidance though.
You cannot give him emotional guidance.
Well, so if it was a save, I would have passed, but no.
So what was your ultimate roll?
It was an 11.
Okay, so you are grappled, but he did no damage. That was the point. He's grabbing you so that next turn he can bite you. Okay, so this fucking thing jumps on top of you, and you're like, oh shit, and he grabs you. Sorry about that. Going forward, we'll use saving throw. I just want to be fair to both players.
Sorry, Brett, we're not laughing at you.
No, I know what you're laughing at.
So that's vampire spawns are done. Baka, you're in a room with four undead that can
Bring
see
it on,
you now.
Chris.
No, well, it's you go first
Wait,
before the
did they-
undead go.
Oh, okay.
You go first, then they go. So maybe you can get rid of some of them before they get to attack you.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep attacking the one I'm on.
Okay, go for it.
All right.
Double attack.
6 plus 11.
6 plus 11 is
hit?
17 hits.
Okay, let me just roll my offhand too while I'm at it. 5 plus 10, 15.
15 does not.
Okay, so I'm gonna use another battle maneuver. Use precision to roll D8, increase
So
my
you
attack
have
bonus.
so all
That's-
you needed was 1 extra, so you don't have to roll. Just you
Okay.
have 2 superiority die left,
Okay,
and but you hit with both weapons.
gotcha. Yikes. Okay, only 10 damage with the rapier
Okay.
and 19 damage with the Astorian.
Oh, you swipe at it and basically just separate literally into 3 pieces. The first swing cuts off the torso. The second swing cuts off one of the legs. It collapses. It's still moving, but it is not a threat because you've completely immobilized it. It's done.
Is there any next to me now?
There are not at the moment.
I'm gonna run back to the main cavern.
Okay, you could do that.
Actually, well, I'm gonna use my earring first. Guys, we got 3 zombies left in the main cavern room, and I'm heading back in.
Okay,
Oh,
no
good.
problem. So you could easily make your way back into the other room. When you get into the other room, you notice that about 35 feet in front of you, Sirach is wrestling with one, and Theoden is basically standing there about trying to hit it and not hurt Sirach. So that's basically what they're dealing with. You do not see at the moment Pia or Harry. So so now the Empire Spawn is done. Baka's done. Now the undead.
I mean, I
yes.
still have my bonus action because I didn't.
Go for it.
Can I just stealth anywhere? Or
Sure, you can. Absolutely. Just make a stealth roll. Hide behind a case. Hide behind one of the mausoleum bookcases.
7 plus 13.
Is a dirty 20. So what I'll do is when they. So it's my turn now. The undead. All 3 of them. First of all, before I do that, one is trapped under pillars.
Still.
Still. He's
guy.
still trapped under the pillars. He can't get it. Obviously, a boulder like hundreds of pounds landed on him. He's still pinned, so he can't get out. All right, now the 3 that come into the room, they're thinking about the gnome. So I'm going to give them a perception check, but I have to roll a 20 since you had a dirty 20. 4, 12, 17. All 3 of them run out the room, run right past you, Baka, don't see you, and they lose their turn to attack because they use their action to dash towards Theoden and Sirach. When they get to Theoden, they go because they're evil, and you casted that evil thing, and they're like, what the fuck is this? But they don't get to attack because they're not close enough. So their turn is over. Pia, you've slid down the chute again. It's chutes and ladders. You're now down there with the hyperventilating Harry. What do you do?
Harry, you need to relax. We're gonna get you out of here. All right, we're gonna get you out of here.
Okay.
I need,
I think I have checked down.
Harry, I need your help. We gotta find like a ladder or stepping stones or like a giant spring, a trampoline. I don't care. Let's find something.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Magic springy rock.
I think there's a trampoline right over there.
17.
Okay. Where should we look?
All right, we gotta look like let's go around behind the slide. Let's see if there's something over there.
Okay. So where we got the slide? I'll look at the slide. You look somewhere else.
Okay.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. Oh fuck. 6.
You look around the room. Currently, you don't find anything with the 6. Let's just say, for argument's sake, it's very dark down here, and the shades of gray that you see on the spectrum that you see just keeps things kind of muddy, and it's tough to see.
All right.
So basically, you still have at least sort of an action. Like, what would you like to do?
Can I just like hold like a prestidigitation for next round so it's a little bit better lit? I mean, that can do an array of different random things. Like, can I do that?
Seems fair. So let's just say,
or like hold my wand up and just see if it like lights up the area.
Well, let's say this. Forget about the wand, because you don't want to activate the wand and throw a fireball and blow your bolts to
that's
smithereens.
the last resort.
So yeah, because I mean, there could be methane gas in there.
Self-destruct.
It could be methane gas. You activate your wand of fireballs, and all of a sudden, it literally takes 8d6, turns into 16d6, and then we never see you guys again. Don't do that. So
let's do it.
So let's say you mentioned prestidigitation, and you are familiar with that spell through years and years of working with that cantrip. Let's say you take something glowy and attach it to the top of your staff.
Okay.
Okay, and it's like a rainbow pattern that keeps cycling. Like something that you've created once, you remember creating for a kid once to keep them entertained. You put that up, and it helps you to see for the next round.
All right.
So your turn is over.
They're fighting, and I'm just.
You're fighting, and you're
Disco
going around.
Fever starts playing.
Exactly. Yeah. So Pia's done. Sirach, I need you to make a strength saving throw. I apologize. Strength saving throw, DC 13.
Let's see if we can do better on this one.
Good luck.
Uh-oh. What'd you roll?
A 1.
A 1. Okay, so needless to say, yes, +5. But needless to say, you're unable to break through.
One.
I'm so sorry for saying something.
Unable to break through. So now it's Harry's turn. Who I'm going to roll with advantage because you took the time to try to calm him down. Okay.
Still fails.
No. Actually, I rolled a 14. 14. He needs an 11 or higher. He finally calms down and goes, "Oh my God, what am I doing? What am I doing? He starts to look around the room. He makes an investigation check. He rolls an 18 plus. What's his investigation? 0. But he rolls a flat 18. 18 is enough for him to. No, it's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. He continues to search the room with you. Okay. Now, Theoden, you're upstairs.
Well, at least I know now up in there.
You're Theoden. You're upstairs, and you're basically with the hammer in both hands, and you're watching Sirach do like a pirouette dance with one of these with the undead guy. And you're trying to figure out how you can hit him and not hit Sirach. What would you like to do?
Let's do the spiritual weapon first.
Spiritual weapon first, which is your active bonus action. The flail comes floating forward. Swing at it. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Bah, bah.
Blue flail. Bang. What'd you roll?
2 + 7.
Whoosh! Misses both of them as they fall to the ground. It literally, their heads in slow motion, both
I'm
fall
putting
to the
this
ground
dice
as
roll.
as it goes over the top of them. Okay, so they're now both prone. What would you like to do?
Swing.
He says, you know what? I'm going to close my eyes and swing this hammer. Go for it. Roll a d20 plus 12.
And Sirach's where?
Sirach is literally struggling with this guy. Like, he's trying to bite him. He's holding back by his throat. Like,
Oh, I'm swinging.
yes, exactly. Like, what would you say under those circumstances, Sirach? Just curious. He's basically, you're trying to hold, he's got his teeth in your face like the alien, like is trying to get Ripley.
Hit him on the head. Knock him out.
What'd you roll?
14.
Plus 12 is
12.
26. That's a hit. On any planet, that is a hit. So roll your damage, D10 plus 8.
18.
18, nice. Does a significant amount of damage. You feel like broken skeleton. It's almost like, imagine the sensation of hitting the side of a watermelon. That's what it felt like. You felt it
beautiful.
crumple and turn to slush. But he's still holding on to Sirach and like a pit bull that doesn't want to release its clutches, release its jaws. Like, you know, so now Theoden is done, and it is the male vampire avenging his concubine's death. Goes for the bite. Do I get an automatic hit if it's bit? I don't think so. No, I don't. I still have to roll to hit because you can still have the way to which, like, it tries to bite you and you move your head out of the way or something. So I get a +6 on the roll. 11 plus 6 is 17.
Nope.
I misses you. That and I get 2 attacks around, but it says a vampire makes 2 attacks, only one of which can be a bite attack. So to me, that means he gives up his second attack. So because he does, the only way that he could attack you with a claw is to let you go and scrape at you. But it wants to bite you. So it's giving up its second attack in order to sink down onto you and turn you into a vampire spawn as well.
Makes sense. It makes sense.
Okay, so his turn is over.
Brendan will be the new
Top,
mate.
top of the combat round. Baka, you are hidden behind one of the mausoleum bookcases. What would you like to do?
Can I give him a surprise and attack from behind?
Damn right you can. One of them is very injured. 2 of them are clean.
I'm gonna go for the clean one.
Go for the clean one.
Do I get advantage?
Advantage
Nope.
to hit and extra damage for your sneak attack. Go for it, Baka. The gnome rogue
double
/
18
fighter.
plus
Double 18.
Yeah. So that's my rapier. Which
Rapier.
what's 4d6?
Yeah, it's a lot of damage.
Okay, 16, 21, 22, 24, 27 damage.
27 damage. Excellent. It slices through like hot knife through butter, but again, there are no pain receptors. There's no beating heart that you can poke out. It's a body that you have to almost dismember in order to stop it from attacking you. So if you were fighting a humanoid, you would have basically snuffed the life out of him. But it's still coming at you. But there's still a second attack, correct?
Yeah, with the historian.
Go for it. Historian with the bonus damage because it's an undead.
It's 18.
18 is a hit.
Yeah.
Now that second one was not an advantage, correct?
No.
Okay,
No.
cool.
Okay, we got 8, 12, 14 damage.
14 damage, nice. But again, not enough to put it out of its misery. Actually, hold on a second. Let me just hold on a second. I'm actually doing the wrong column. You may have put it out of his misery with that much damage. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Sorry about that. 9 and 7 and 16. 14. No, you didn't put it out of his misery, but it is in bad shape. I was using the wrong column. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. I was actually using the vampire spawn column, which has more damage, is basically not attacking you and has more hit points. Sorry about that. All right. But the point is that you messed it up severely with those 2 attacks. All right. So is your turn over? Would you like to move? Would you
it's over. No, it's fast.
Okay, cool. So after the Baka, the undead, he turns around and attacks you. This one is attacking you with a weapon, a longsword. 18 plus 6 is 24. That hits. Longsword is D8, if I'm not mistaken. 2 plus 3 is 5 points of slashing damage, and it swipes at you again. This time is 14 plus 6 is 20. Does that hit you?
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 more points of slashing
I'll
damage.
uncanny dodge that part.
So that 7 turns into a 3.
So,
So 3 points of slashing damage. Okay, so that one attacked you and is done. I'm going to say that one of them is going to charge. One of them is going to charge forward at Theoden and roll at disadvantage because he has that spell still active. And I rolled a 19 and a 2, so the 2 misses. And then the third one is going to. It would make sense for the third one to attack Baka.
Yeah.
Okay, one of it misses and the other one hits. And that one will be.
I'll riposte with a missing one.
Riposte. Okay, so that means you. So now you have 1 superiority dice left.
Yep.
Okay, so 1 left.
Riposte with the historian.
The riposte with the historian. Give me some damage back at the hit roll or whatnot. But
How many times can you do that?
4 times. If he has 4 superiority dice, he's down to 1.
Natural 20.
I love it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So natural 20. Give me your double damage.
Okay.
Add them all together and then double it.
Oop.
Homebrew rule. All right. So let's.
I love how that's the one natural 20 that he actually shows us.
Dun 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 dun.
To be fair,
Dun, dun,
he
no,
tried
he
to show
didn't.
us
I'm just
one
kidding.
before.
He did. He's just kidding.
I'm messing with you.
He said,
How much?
dickhead.
How much
Um,
damage? No name calling.
14 times 2, 28.
28 points of damage.
I rolled really shitty on the D6 damage.
So which one were you attacking?
Oh, wait, I forgot. Wait.
You were
riposte-
attacking the one that was attacking.
Oh, wait,
you,
wait, hold
correct?
on. Oh, riposte actually adds, I roll a D8 and add it to the damage roll. So that's
Yes, you
gonna be more.
do. Yes,
And
you
I rolled
do.
an 8. So 8, 14, 22 times 2, 44 damage.
Okay. It attacked you and doing 8 points of damage. You dodged out of the way and swiped at its head and did 44 points of damage and cut its head off as a reaction.
44 points.
I get an extra 2 D6 on undead with the historian sword.
Yeah.
Which helps.
So now
And then
I
riposte
was just saying.
gives
I'm
me a
not,
D8 extra
Yeah.
damage.
so now there's one undead that's under a fucking pillar that still can't get himself free. one that is beaten to crap. Actually,
We
2 of them
fucked
are
this
beaten to
dwarf
crap.
room cave up.
So so
He
now
might be a little over leveled now.
now the undead go and then Pia is next. Pia, what are you doing?
Harry, did you find anything?
I didn't find anything, but you know what? I think this is a good idea. I mean, we got to get back up there somehow.
Yeah, well, I got everything lit up a little bit better this time. So let's see if we could find anything over
Make a investigation check with advantage because you lit up the room with multicolor.
here. Thank God. A
What'd you roll?
natural 20.
Outstanding. You don't have to show it.
Okay.
Honor
Show it.
system.
Show it.
They want you to
There you
show
go.
it. Show it.
This is a nice dice.
The Sapio gave it to me.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah. Well, he saw the 20, so he just
All right,
picked it up
whatever.
and ruined it.
And I did. It's a nice dice.
It's
Okay.
gonna dent
So-
his table. It's so heavy.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know that room that you've slid down into. You know how the side of the room has a slide on one side and
Yep.
basically 4 walls surrounding
Mhm.
basically. Well, 3 walls. When you go over to the far wall and you randomly put your hand on the wall and touch it, there's a button on that door,
Of course
on
there
that
is.
wall. And when you depress that single stone, which is actually made of corroded wood, very much like the trap above, and you press it, a door from the ground slides up on a hidden mechanism, showing you a pair of stairs that go up. Would you like to use them?
Can it,
Harry, what do you think?
Oh my God, he runs past you and goes up. You
Can
go-
we
Stairs
assume-
the whole time.
Chris, where are
Yeah,
the
I'm
animals
going,
in
I'm
this whole thing?
Say again.
Where are the animals in this whole thing?
With
I'm
us?
going to
They're
assume, well,
outside.
first of all, I'm
That's
going to
not a good idea.
assume I'm going to assume that the weasel is around your neck. I'm going to assume that Splinter the rodent is in Pia's pocket. I'm going to assume that the 2 lion cubs are running around each other basically in the room upstairs. I'll just assume that, or they could
With
be on,
chest.
or no, actually, you know where they are? You know where they are? They are literally, you know where the button was depressed? Where are they? If there was the other room, they'd all be downstairs. No.
With the
Could
line.
I probably should have
Whatever.
slid downstairs with the group.
Huh?
I don't know. Well,
I didn't because I.
yeah, actually, you know what? That's a good point. So the 2 lion cubs are downstairs, but now the door is open and they're running up the stairs following Harry and Pia. So the 2 lion cubs were downstairs with Harry and Pia. Now they're running up
Oh,
the stairs.
That's true.
Who else? And
Sora.
Chester. Now you
And
didn't pay
Chester.
attention to Chester. You missing attacks. You with your battle beast.
No. I didn't want to bring him in.
Okay, got you. So
Yeah.
so basically Chester is basically following the 2 lion cubs up the stairs and following Pia and Harry.
It would have been once he, what's his name fell. Harry fell. I was like, it's too much. Let me
All right,
leave.
so Pia, with using your movement, you don't make it up in 6 seconds. There are still more stairs to climb. So let's say you're in mid climb as your turn ends. Is that fair?
Fine.
Okay. So after Pia, it is Sirach. Sirach, you're still being gripped by this thing. I need you to make a strength saving throw in order to break free from its clutches.
Much better. 24.
24, you break free of its clutches. You literally, it's one of those situations where as you both fell to the ground and the spectral flail swings over you, you basically use this thing as like a cushion for your fall and bash its head against the stone floor, and it gives you a moment to push away. So
Nice.
you pushed away. So now you're no longer restrained or grappled. What would you like to do?
How far is Theoden from me?
15 feet.
Oh, okay. Let's see. And I have full actions, right?
You have full actions. You just have half movement because you're prone. You'd have to use
Okay.
half your movement to get up.
That's fair.
This
I
thing is
will-
this thing's within 5 feet of you.
Yes. I will pull out my rapier and short sword. And I will cast my green flame blade on my rapier.
Whoosh! Hot fire, shaded green.
So that's going to be a 17 to hit.
17 hits it.
so,
Stab it with the green fire.
So with that, it will actually be 2d8 plus 4.
Go for it. Give me the damage.
Nice.
That will be 14 points of damage.
Okay. Duly noted. What's that second attack?
The second attack will be with my short sword.
Is the short sword lit on fire as well?
No, it only affects
Gotcha,
one
so-
melee weapon.
Right, I got you. Is it after you use it? Does the fire go out or does it stay lit?
It goes out. I
Okay.
have to.
So it's basically one of
conjure
those
it
things
each
you
time.
conjure it, and it basically sounded like you stuck a sword that was on fire in like a mound of snow.
Sizzle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So now with the second swing, the offhand swing, with the
It'll be
short
a
sword,
19 plus.
that is absolutely a
and
hit. This thing's starting to look a little messed up
Just now.
just now.
That will be another 17 points of damage.
17. Oh my God. It is not doing well. But
Very
it's
good.
still up against you. Look, it's still a threat. It still wants to bite you, but you broke free.
Okay.
So after Sirach, it is Harry. Harry is confident. Harry basically gets to the top and notices that the stairs end and it looks like stone. And he goes up to it, the section, and he's trying to lift it. I can't lift it. It's heavy. Help me, Pia, help me. And he's trying to push. He's trying to push the ceiling as if it's like a stone slab or something, and he's basically trying to push it up.
Use your hammer.
You can't lift it. It's too heavy. So, Theoden, it's your turn. What would you like to do? Theoden, I'm
gonna grab a beer. It's fine.
I'm gonna give you a chance to let you know what's going on. Obviously, you just noticed that Sirach pushed away the vampire spawn on the floor and sliced him twice, right?
Thanks, baby. Yeah.
Sliced him twice. Behind you, 20 feet behind you, you notice that Baka is engaged with 2 of the skeletal guardians in armor and weapons. So it's up to you what direction you'd like to go.
I'm good, bro. I don't need help.
All right, I'll go to Pia.
Okay. Well, Pia's not in the room yet. You're talking about Sirach.
Yeah, Sirach.
Okay, so you're basically the guy's on the floor. So if you swing your hammer at him, I'll give you advantage on the strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's on the ground.
Why not?
Roll to swing your Chowder's Warhammer down.
Warhammer.
Double nat
Boom.
one coming.
Ooh, 18 plus 12.
18 plus is a hit. I need D10 plus 8.
Plus 12.
Yeah, my attack bonus.
Hell. I know. Even with all my decks, I get
13 on your stealth.
on my stealth. Yeah, I get plus 11. with my
D10
rapier.
plus 8. How much is damage?
13.
13 is not enough to put him out of his misery, but you certainly hear the crunching of bones. So absolutely crunching of bones. So now, so Theoden, that is your one attack. You did not really use any movement. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Is my spiritual weapon still out?
Yes, it is.
It is.
Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Boom! Hit this fucking guy. He's only got
Get-
6. He's only got
Does he
6
get
hit points
advantage on
left.
that?
16.
You know what? Why not?
Oh, yeah?
You get advantage. Let's see if you can roll a natural 20. It's prone.
It's not a natural 20, but it's
So that's
higher.
fine. So 16 plus means that you need to roll damage. You need to roll a 2d8 plus 3 and do 6 points of damage or more to banish the vampire spawn from this plane of existence forever.
I rolled higher than 6.
Yes, you did. So the flail, the spectral, holy, radiant flail gifted to you by Elune, strikes it down and causes it to burst into holy flame and basically evaporate into cinder.
Yes.
The 2 vampire spawns have been defeated. The room still has 2 undead in it, but Theoden's turn is over. It was the vampire spawn's turn. They are over, so I'm erasing them. Baka, it is your turn. What would you like to do, Baka? You faced off against 2 of these assholes.
I'm gonna attack the weaker one first.
Attack the weaker one with your main hand, which is the blue rapier.
Yeah.
Blue rapier.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 is a hit.
Yeah, it's fine. Forget it. Yikes. 1 plus 8. 9 damage.
9 damage was all you needed. It only had
Oh.
7 hit points left. You strike it straight through its head. You twist your wrist, and the head pops off, and the rest of the body falls to the ground. It's done. Now the other one is still beaten to shit,
And-
but it's still there.
I'll use fainting attack.
Now,
But
what is
I'll
a fainting
maneuver.
attack? What is a fainting? That's your
gain
last
One
superiority
superiority die as a bonus action.
Bonus
Choosing
action.
one creature within 5 feet as your target. You can have advantage on your next attack roll against that creature. If the attack hits, add a superiority die to the attack damage roll.
Beautiful. So you get advantage to hit this next guy.
Yeah, 13 plus 10.
13 plus 10 is 23 to hit. That is a hit. What's the damage?
Yes,
The Historian
damage.
Sword gives you extra damage because it's
Yep.
particularly lethal against undead creatures.
16, 20, 21 damage.
21, it only had 15 hit points left. You dispatch of it so much the same, destroying it. I'm not going to continue the combat. Pia and, well, no, I'll hold off on Pia and Harry for a second.
Guys, you guys were slow, man. I took out 5 skeletons by myself.
Okay, so
Pat
now,
Yes, you're the hero.
the one that was trapped under the pillar towards the entrance of the room, it's easy enough for you to just chop.
Did he
it to
finally
bits.
escape?
No, he's still stuck under there, so you could kill him quite easily.
I might as well go 6
And
for
then
6.
eventually you both hear the 3 of you hear Harry, the muffled cries of Harry and Pia, and it's like a sound like. So what do you guys do? Do you go towards the sound?
No.
I'm going towards the cry.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go towards the sound of Harry and Pia's voice. It leads you through the archway into the adjacent room, to which behind the casket you hear that same punching sound and their voices under the floor.
Smash it, baby.
Give it a swing. Go for it. Actually, make a hit roll for this one because you're smashing a particular one.
Oh God.
15 plus 12.
Okay, you successfully hit it. Roll damage.
I'm gonna use a message spell. Guys, back off. Hayden's gonna hit it.
Make a dexterity check, Pia.
I'm mostly concerned about my lion cubs. Sirach's and my cub.
What'd you roll, Pia?
4.
4. You failed. So did Harry.
I got a 15 for damage.
Okay, I need half of that damage to go. 7 points of damage for Harry, and 7 points of damage to Pia. What he did was he came down with his hammer and shattered the stone lid.
We're good though. We're good.
And broke it down, and it came down onto you guys in jagged pieces, hitting you. So 7 points of damage to Pia and 7 to
Are we free?
Harry. Oh yes, your guys are all in the room together. They pull you out of
Thanks
the
a
rubble.
lot.
There is a series of stairs that go from
Fucking
down
right.
there to up. Why would you have a trash compactor area and not have a way to access it? So, so now let's take a breather. Let's take a moment.
Yeah, I need one.
Yes.
Oh
take a
man,
breather.
I was sweaty.
Okay. I will describe to you what you see. You are in a room that is familiar to you, but perhaps not to our streamers. But there are some subtle differences. In this room is a sarcophagus, a traditional rectangular tombstone in front of the sarcophagus, a few feet away. And at the base of that tombstone is what looks like a child's pool, but instead of like an inflatable child's pool,
Oh,
it's kind of
for a swim.
well,
No,
hold that
no,
thought.
no.
Let me describe what
I'm the only one that hasn't been in
hold
it
that thought.
in it
Hold
yet.
that thought. So-
I'm gonna go for a swim.
In that pool is water, maybe
will steal all
maybe
your shit.
6 to 12 inches deep, like a child's pool. It's about 8 feet across radius. It's a circular pool at the base of the rectangular tombstone. There's writing on the tombstone. There's writing on the sarcophagus. The only difference with this room prior to the remaining 3 is that there are chains across the top of the sarcophagus, which is horizontal, not standing up, but horizontal. And the chains are basically hammered into the floor on 4 sides, holding the sarcophagus closed.
Sucks for you, Baka.
What would you guys like to do?
Pia, can you see if there's any words of dwarven words on the tomb or anywhere nearby with
What
like
do I have to do?
the
it?
last one
You
was
asked
like
PR, I'm the dwarf.
well he
I
has
mean,
the
I can read it.
he has the
You
reading
can also
he has
read everything.
yeah he can use that thing.
Well,
he
I
can
mean,
read everything.
Theoden, because it's an old version, an old dialect of Dwarven.
that's
You
right,
have to roll a wisdom saving throw, but at disadvantage.
Who, me?
No, wisdom
Alright.
check,
Pia
but at
can do it, right?
disadvantage. Pia can do it automatically.
I
Reason
will.
why it's kind of like you trying to
Oh.
read like Shakespeare.
I'll do it.
Oh, forget that.
Yeah. So Pia, you read it and then relay what you've read to the rest of the party.
Yes.
Okay, so on the sarcophagus, it says, here lies Honus the scholar, one of the 6, is what it says on the sarcophagus around the edge of the lid, all the way around in old Dwarven writing. On the rectangular tombstone, it says, bathe to receive my boon. And at the base of the rectangular thing is the symbol of a dragon.
Okay.
The scholar must mean intelligence, right? Or wisdom.
What?
The boon, the blessing.
Mhm.
I don't necessarily want this one. I'll wait for a
I
better.
didn't want charisma.
I'll-
Are you?
You
we
get
didn't know-
what
we
you
didn't know-
get.
We didn't know we never read it until
Are
after.
you fucking
No,
kidding me?
not. Our deal was I get the other one, you get the next one, so you're stuck.
Well, I'm willing
You're stuck.
to wait for maybe a constitution
I'm
blessing.
pushing him in the pool.
No.
No. I'll jump in. I don't give a shit. If you guys don't want it.
Well, Sirach's getting the next one.
No. He got the last one. Are we,
I'll
well, there's
take this one too. You forfeited. I'll take intelligence.
All right,
I'll
Sirach, go
I'll
ahead
put
and
my
fine.
feet in.
Well, here's the situation.
I mean, we'll
Obviously,
all
it
have one,
sounds
and then we'll have to,
like Pia and Sirach both seem willing to accept this particular pool.
I'm willing to wait
So
for
you
something
guys
that benefits me
decide
more.
which one of you is the one that's going to go in the pool.
Well, Sirach, you've done this before, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So have you.
All right.
I'm the
Rochambeau.
only one that has
Oh
it.
yeah. Sure.
Okay.
You want to?
No. Rocks, paper, scissors, shoe on
That's-
video.
You just want to?
Oh, okay.
On the app? Just.
No, on the video.
On
Well,
video. Yeah,
no,
do it.
I'm horrible at rock paper.
Do it.
I'd rather roll in the app.
I'll roll in the.
All
I'll roll
right,
in
all
the
right,
app
all
with
right.
her.
Roll in the app. Roll in the
Ugh.
app.
We got kicked out of the table though.
That's okay. I'm going to create again, just for the audience that don't realize what the hell's going on. When it's roles player versus player, we have an app. So I'm going to just log them into a room where they can all see their roles. So I'm clicking it. The app is opening. I'm creating a table. DM host, create table. The name of the table is Ogre 78. OGRE 78. So Piaz has jumped into the table.
All right, DM. What do you want us to do, like Rochambeau? style?
Absolutely, no problem.
I don't know.
So, no, it's fine. So there's going to be no modifiers or bonuses to this. And basically, Pia and Sirach will both roll a d20. And whoever gets the higher of the d20s, if you tie, you roll again.
All right, you ready?
Ready?
1, 2, 3. Ooh.
Pia rolled an 11. Sirach rolled an 11, which means you guys have to roll again.
Unbelievable.
Nice, guys.
Sirach this time rolled a 19.
Oh, man.
What'd you
What
get,
did
Pia?
What did Pia roll?
I got an 18.
18.
Why is it not showing? That's weird.
I don't know.
Well, I trust you.
We can
The
round
point
up
is-
for Pia.
Oh.
Yeah, look at
I
this.
see
It still
it.
didn't show. How crazy
Nah, I
is
don't
that?
see it.
I see Sirach's 19 too.
Oh, you gotta
that's-
click on Pia's name. You can see it when you click on his name.
Oh yeah. When I clicked on his
Oh,
name, it showed up.
Good game, Sirach.
That was
Cool.
good
Okay,
game.
so it is Sirach's to give up. Sirach is entitled to this one. So Sirach, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna take off my boots.
You take off
And
your boots
Go
gonna take
step
your
in.
and you step into the shallow pool with bare feet, which is the requirement that we learned through the hard way through trial and error on the previous three.
After we all strip down, you know.
They all stripped down naked, basically in the play pool together.
You know,
But
I'm
this time
sitting
they
at this
realized
as
they
well.
just needed to touch it with bare skin. That's basically they originally tried to go in there with like metal armor but anyway,
we try to go completely naked sometimes.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
this has happened before, but again, for the benefit of the audience, I'll explain it. And there are some caveats and some new information. So as I get towards the end, you guys should really focus in. So once Sirach's skin touches the surface of the water, all of you, including Harry and perhaps even the menagerie of animals, I guess you'd have to ask them, are treated to a vision, and you all have a shared vision. It's kind of like, imagine like an IMAX movie screen where you're sitting there, where you're you don't feel like you're a part of it. You feel like you're watching a movie that is cinematic and widescreen that takes up your entire peripheral, but you still don't feel like you're there. You feel like you're being treated to a movie. You see a scene between 6 dwarven warriors and a platinum dragon. And it takes place in a city where buildings are being knocked down, fires are erupting in random places. And you've watched this vision before, and each time an additional dwarven warrior falls. One at a time. 6, 5, 4. This time, the third one that kind of looks like a magic user, a scholar perhaps, casting spells, is basically swatted with the tail and it dies, okay? But right before that happens, I would like all of you to make a perception check.
12.
12.
Perception.
Pia does not see it.
16.
16. Baka does not see it.
12.
17.
What did you get, David?
12.
12. Sirach sees it. Maybe it's because his feet are in the pool. Who knows? Perhaps it was just coincidence.
Splash my tootsies.
Maybe, perhaps. In the moments before the mage, the scholar, is slain by the dragon, you notice the eye of the dragon shoot towards you, Sirach, and make you feel present, as if you can see what's happening, as if the platinum dragon is aware of your presence, or at the very least, it knows that you're watching. Who was the person that this happened to previously?
Me.
It happened to Baka. This time, in this vision, you feel as if time stops for a fraction of a second, Sirach. What do you do?
Stare right back at it.
Okay. You stare right back at it, and there is a flicker of acknowledgement, as if the dragon knows that has not only seen, but is being seen. Do you do anything else?
Give it the wink and the gum.
Oh, I'm really tempted now. Uh,
Now, keep in mind, Sirach,
Yeah,
you're not
for a
really
split second.
conscious. You're not. It's not. I don't want you to think that you're like not wearing shoes. Like,
Yeah.
This is a vision, so it's not like you're gonna be running around barefoot. I just want you to. So I just want to keep that in
it's as
mind.
if I'm an actual like soldier there.
Yes, that's
Right, yeah.
exactly how it feels. In fact, before you answer and tell me what you want to do, a couple of seconds ago, you felt like you were sitting in that IMAX movie theater. But when you locked eyes with the Platinum Dragon, in that moment, you felt like you're there. For the first moment, you felt like I'm actually here. You don't know how that's possible, but that's what you feel. Is there anything else you would like to do before the vision ends? Like it has 3 times before.
Well, I mean, it's only me here, so I would actually like to kneel down. Like, take a knee.
So you take a knee, and the dragon nods at you and swings its tail and kills the magic using scholar. And the vision ends. And you find yourself not kneeling, but standing in the water barefooted. And as a matter of just clerical stuff, the boon that you received from the Platinum Dragon is an add 1 to your intelligence.
Okay.
That is the boon from Honus the Scholar.
Don't you have a negative intelligence?
I did.
But not
You
anymore,
did.
Now.
perhaps. There you go.
Hey.
So now you since you had a negative
So I said
intelligence,
I'd take it.
don't forget that
No,
that
I remember
any-
that. So I was.
any like penalty that you previously had to skills and also make sure to adjust that so that you get that bonus. It's almost like getting a +1 to everything now.
+1
Not every-
intelligence would have given me well, the additional intelligence would have given me +2 in my modifier, which would have helped a lot since I'm arcane trickster. But
Okay. So
You
just
just
so you know, his intelligence goes up by 1. His arcana goes up by 1. His history goes up by 1. His investigation goes up by 1. Nature, religion. So it's pretty significant. That's pretty cool. All right. Because sometimes there are like dump stats where you feel like you don't get anything out of it. At least it felt like you got something. Okay, so now that's the undercurrent of what you received. But now you're again alone. You feel like you've all witnessed this. You all noticed what Sirach noticed. Just he was the only one that felt like he was an active participant. But you all noticed that the dragon paused and looked and nodded. So before
we all noticed that the dragon looked at him.
yes, you noticed
Okay.
that. You noticed that Sirach suddenly appeared in the movie. So
Okay.
what is there anything that you guys would like to discuss, or just obviously whatever you like to do is up to you.
So Sirach, it wasn't just me last time. It happened to you this time.
Yes. Yes, it did.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what that means. I don't know what
Oh.
happened.
But I showed respect to it. It kind of gave me a glance, and then, as the rest of you all saw, then killed the magic user. So, at least I didn't die in this vision.
Okay.
I'll
Well,
take that.
fuck that shit. You know
Right.
what? Let's get to the important stuff and get the loot.
That's it. There's no shame in that. No shame in that. Hey, I don't know what the fuck it was. Let's get the loot. So now,
I don't know.
so you jump out, you put your boots on, easy enough. You now faced with a casket that is unlike the previous 3. This one has chains on it. What would you like to do?
Oh shit.
Did any of the undeads have like a key on them?
I don't know. I mean, if you want, you can go and search them. Search
Are
them.
there
Make-
locks? Or are they like hammered and
They're
nailed
hammered.
down?
They're hammered. It's basically chains that
Oh,
are
I thought they were,
hammered
like-
into the like with a pitton, and somebody hammers it down into
Oh,
the.
let me
Oh.
wedge that shit out.
I
I
was
thought
gonna
they
say,
were,
guess who
like,
has a
padlocked.
hammer and is really strong?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't know if hitting
Never
the
mind.
chains, the material that they're made of, you're not sure if those
Right.
it might do damage to the hammer. You're not sure. You don't know. It's possible. So do you
What
want
if I wedge it? If I
Okay.
wedge the bottom and like,
Okay. Make
Yeah.
a
Like a crowbar.
yeah. You know what?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't see that seems reasonable. Make a strength check actually, but your strength checks are very high, so go for it.
yeah, they are.
Do it.
Do it.
Now.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. I'm not surprised when you have a +7 to your oh, maybe even more than that. Do you have like a +10 or +11?
You said
Plus
straight strength check. He says
plus seven.
+7.
Oh, I was just wondering if he had proficiency in strength, because then that would give him an extra bonus.
Isn't that only for saving
I
throws?
don't.
You don't. Well, no, he's a
That
cleric,
is-
so he probably doesn't have a strength. I don't remember who gets the strength proficiency. Probably the fighters, but whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so but still, dirty 20 is easy enough. I will allow. Let's for the story for the purpose of the narrative, we don't have to roll for each one. It takes a few minutes. He pops one of them out of the ground. The chain comes loose. He pops another one out of the ground. The chain comes loose. And as he's working his way through all four of them, eventually, after a few minutes, the chains have been released, and now it is simply a closed sarcophagus with a stone lid, horizontal in this room. What would you guys like to do?
Push
open it.
Push
Okay.
it open.
Who tries to push it open?
I'll do it.
Okay. Pia, make a strength roll. Strength check.
Chris, I have a question.
Sure.
So for checks, not for saving throws, if we have, let's say you make me do a dexterity saving check or dexterity check,
Uh-huh.
and I have proficiency in dexterity, can I add my proficiency to my check? Not my save.
No, the way
No,
it works
it's only
is
for the saving
It's only for
throws.
saving throws. Okay.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
all I was
yeah, it's only for
curious
saving
about.
throws. One of
That's
those
why
deals.
I wanted to throw earlier.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
yeah, but it's a good question. Also, another way to look at it, at least I'm sure every game does it a little differently. I usually, when I say do like a strength check, it means that you're doing something to someone else. When it's a strength saving throw, someone is doing something to you.
Yeah, of course.
That's usually
It
how
make-
I kind
no,
of
it makes sense.
Yeah, and that's why I think when someone's doing something to you, you're entitled to get that benefit or that advantage. Which is why I did it wrong the other way. I apologize, Beth Sarok, but
It worked out.
And you didn't turn into a vampire.
You didn't turn into
I
a
didn't.
vampire.
I didn't even take any damage.
There you go. Exactly.
There you
So so now the lid. Pia, what did you roll for your strength check in order to push the lid?
Now one.
Yeah, you might have broken a nail. It didn't move.
Ow.
I'll push on it.
Harry, give him a kiss on the fingers.
Yeah, Harry.
Why are you?
He's got a
We're
boo
gonna-
boo.
Don't make fun of me.
Harry,
They're
you
making fun
ran
of me,
away
Harry.
and set off the trap that we purposely avoided. How can we not make fun of you?
Hey, I fixed
You know
it.
it's not hard. It's not easy to be brave.
I
Oh,
fixed it.
It's
It's
pretty
fine.
easy. You just be like
Easier
Pia
to
and
be
sling
dumb than
spells from the
brave.
back.
Exactly.
I did teach you something. Yeah.
She did. I learned Toll of the Dead. Wait till I use it on you.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Use it on me.
Oh, yeah.
I'll kill you, Harry.
All right,
Do
I'm
it.
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me, Baka. I'm just kidding.
Okay, I was kidding too.
We
Thank
won't
you.
let him hurt you, Harry.
By the way, you have all the pets back, in case you were wondering.
Oh, beautiful.
Yay. Good.
A fantastic.
So now,
I'll
Pia
push
was
on
on
the sarcophagus.
strength check, please.
Well, not much better.
Can I help him?
Sure, you can.
Can I help too?
Make a strength check, Theoden.
Oh.
19 plus 12. I mean,
19.
7.
There we go.
19 plus 7, he rolls a 26, and basically he sees Sirach struggling, and he just basically goes, shh, and pushes it off. And when he pushes it off,
I'm gonna
you're about to dive in. You are presented with a sarcophagus that is filled to the brim with gold and platinum coins and a dead body that sits up and stares at you. And that's where we'll leave it for this week.
A slap
Bye.
Oh.
Yeah, so our episode has come to a cliffhanger ending. The sarcophagus inhabitant has sat up and stares right at you, ready perhaps to attack or speak. Who knows? Let's see what happens next week. That was episode 14 of Shenanigans ttRPG. Thank you so much for watching. Please click that like and subscribe button. We really appreciate it. We love the fact that you're with us. We love this game. Guys, if there's anything you'd like to say to our audience, please feel free.
Thanks for watching.
Just thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.
Like and
Send it to your
subscribe.
friends.
Like and subscribe.
Spread the
Sure.
word. Spread the word.
Yes. Next episode will hopefully be Monday at 6 o'clock, but I will keep everyone advised through social
We're
media.
trying to keep
Facebook.
it Mondays, but it's
Trying to keep
hard.
it Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but you never know. Either way, it'll be spammed all over the place. Thank you so much for watching.
Wait,
Go for it. Yes.
Chris, did you want to do the level? You said we were leveling up. Want to do the level up like we
Ah.
forgot last time?
I
I
was
got you.
ready to press the button.
I know.
Outstanding.
I was.
Gentlemen, you have now
Leave it
achieved
with the
12
vodka.
levels. 12 levels.
I remembered.
Yes, thank you very much. Harry will go up a level as well. I will roll for Harry's hit points. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get a nice roll. Harry is going to roll a D8 because he is a cleric. And he's not going to take the middle. He's going to Constitution and +2. 8 plus 2 is 10 extra hit points for
Wow.
Harry. Yes. Beautiful. Okay, now let's go Pia first. Pia, are you taking an additional level in Warlock?
I am.
Okay, so you're becoming level 12 of Warlock.
Yep.
As far as your abilities, we have plenty of time to discuss that. I'm sure all week long you'll be reading it and sending me text messages.
Well, I don't get
Always.
much. All I get is an ability score improvement, and then I get 1 invocation, which I already know what I'm going to take.
Cool, very cool. Let's talk about hit points. What's your Constitution modifier?
It is a +2.
So are you going to roll an 8-sider and add 2, or are you going to just take, I guess, 5 plus 2 is 7 points total?
It's an 8-sided.
8-sider plus 2,
Oh
or
my
you can just take 7 hit points. And
I don't fucking know.
I can take
I
7.
take the 7.
you
Oh
take
yeah,
the
5 plus
Do the
2.
gamble.
7.
Do the
It's
gamble.
up to you.
All right, I'll take the gamble. I
Now
feel
hold
like
on, before you do that, how many
Yes.
current hit points do you have max?
77.
Okay, now here's the before we go forward, hold on to your 77, hold on to your roll.
Okay.
I need you know how sometimes when people level up they increase their, like, they heal. You're not healing because you haven't had a chance to have a short or long rest. So
Okay.
whatever your current hit points are, write them down somewhere and circle them. Like, for instance, Baka, if there's combat, you have no superiority dice left. Theoden has used some spell slots. Pia used
I
all
think I
3 of his spell slots.
1 left.
No, you used all 4.
No.
You used all 4. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so the point is, keep track of what your current hit points are. As a matter of fact, I'll do a checklist point. I'll write them down for the next week. Pia, how many hit points do you have?
41.
41. So Pia, 41. How many hit points do you have, Sirach?
90.
Sirach, is that your total?
Yeah.
Okay, so 90 full. Theoden, how many hit points you got?
Current, right?
Current.
67.
67. Are those full or just you damaged?
No, damage.
Damage, okay, 67.
92 is full.
Okay, 67 out of 92, 90 out of 90, 41 out of what? What was your total?
Me?
Pia, what was your total?
77 is what I have
77
now.
is what you had.
I didn't
Baka,
roll
what
yet.
was your total? Was
104 and I have 76.
76 out of 104. Okay, so now what we'll do is now that we've done this, let's do Pia first. So Pia, are you taking your 7 hit points or are you rolling the die?
I'm going to roll. Should I do the app or no?
You know what? If for something like this, we should do the app. If you're not, you can either take the points or do the app.
Okay, I'm going to do
So you're rolling an 8-sider.
Yes. Hang on.
Dun, dun, dun.
Chris, so you know, my maneuvers, I can regain them on short rest. Or
He
long.
rolled a 4 plus a 2 is 6. So your current hit points is 41 plus 6. You will come
Nice.
back with 47 hit points. And I guess your total is 83.
Yep.
So
I'll
you'll
take-
have 47 hit points when we come back, and you have a total of 83. Okay, who wants to go next?
I will.
Baka.
I mean,
Well, I didn't see you speak. You had your hand in
It's
front of your
okay.
mouth. Use it, of
It's
course,
okay.
because I saw him raise his hand. My fault.
that's
Sorry.
fine.
What
I'll
are you
gamble.
doing?
I'll gamble too since Pia
So
gambled.
Baka you have to roll an 8-sider. What is your
Oh,
constitution
I'm
modifier?
going on a fighter 5.
Fighter
So it's
5.
a D10.
D10, so it will be a 6 plus. What's your constitution modifier?
It's +2, but I also have tough, so +4.
Oh shit! So you're gonna roll +4.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll.
Go for it. Roll a D10 +4. Do it on the app. D10.
5 plus
5
4.
plus 4 is 9 extra hit points. So that gets you to 113 total.
Yep.
And 85 when we start next week. So you're 85 out of 113. Out
Okay.
at 7 and 5. That's pretty cool.
And I get my second extra. I get my second main attack now.
Very
Extra
cool.
attack.
Very cool. So you get 2 attacks around. You're going to be super lethal. All right, Theoden, what are you doing? Are you taking a chance? Are you rolling the dice? Or are you just going to take your?
Roll
So
the
how many?
dice.
Well, let me ask you a question before you roll. What is your Constitution modifier?
They're +3.
Okay, so +3. So you would get 8 hit points, or you roll an 8-sider +3.
You know
Rolling?
what? No, I'm gonna take it, make it even 100.
Okay, so so you have 92 plus 8
Yep.
is 100 hit points,
Yeah, fuck it.
and we'll add the 8 hit points to. So 67 and 8 is 75.
Yes.
So
sir.
when we return, you are 75 hit points out of 100. Sirach, you're full 90 hit points, correct?
Correct.
All right. So what are you doing? What's your constitution?
+1.
So your Constitution +1. Are you rolling it? Well, first of all, what type of level are you taking? Because you're a multi-class. What are you taking?
I'm actually going to take a 3rd level in Warlock.
Outstanding.
Wow.
Outstanding.
Aw,
Unlocked.
man.
Okay.
Achievement unlocked. I love it. So now you're going to basically be 9 and 3.
Yes.
9 levels of Ranger, 3 levels of Warlock. So that's an 8-sider. Half of 8 is 4. 5 plus 1. You get 6 hit points, or you can roll an 8-sider +1. It's up to you.
I'm going to gamble this time.
Gamble. So you have to roll an
We're all
8-sider
gambling,
on the app
except Tayden.
+1.
But I'm figured to make it even 100.
That's what I was kidding. I just give you trash.
Oh, he got screwed. This he rolled a
What do
2. 2 plus 1 is 3. You get 3 extra hit points. You're at 93 hit points.
Yeah,
This is why I don't roll.
That's exactly why I didn't do it.
Yeah.
I know. We were all except Aiden. We were all underneath our what we could have taken.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, those were our rolls for the level. We are all level 12. We have a couple of multi-classes with us. That's our show for this week. We'll be back Monday at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Shenanigans ttRPG. Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you.